Riro Ron! Idol Riro from Star Project Rise 9 Shining. Oh, I feel like my mic is like super saturated right now. Maybe I should mess with the settings a little bit more. Give me a second. Okay, maybe it should be better now? Should be better now. Because the normal settings for the mic aren't good for me. I yell too much. I am too loud. Hello! What? I have the reverb on? Okay, thank you for telling me. Hey. Okay, it's not loud. I totally forgot about the reverb. If you haven't told me right now on stream, like the whole stream with the reverb on, oh my god. It was from yesterday. Wait, I thought the reverb was on purpose. No, why would it be on purpose now? No. Streaming from a tunnel. Hello, look, my glasses are back. I found my glasses. I didn't find the auto toggle from my dev laptop yet. I still have to get all my data from my laptop, but I have the glasses. Riro's back to be the nerd. Yeah, Riro's back to be the nerd. But these glasses just look too good on me, don't you think? I've been feeling like wearing glasses more than wearing contact lenses lately, because as you know, my sight is pretty bad. I just like these glasses. I think that they look cute on me. How are you doing? Because even though I streamed, like for example yesterday, the stream was very short. The stream was very short, and it was a thematic stream, so like we didn't have a lot of chance to talk. But how are you doing? How are you doing? Eyes get tired very quickly with contact lenses. I'm pretty used to contact lenses, but I've been just feeling like wearing glasses lately. Yeah, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I had some mashed potatoes with meat and some sauce that my grandma made before the stream. And I also have some fruit here. I have grapes, I have cherries, and I have blueberries here. I love blueberries. Blueberries are so good. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I prepared for this stream. I think I was prepared like an hour ago, and I was all this time I was just waiting to start to stream because like I didn't want to start doing anything else because I know it would take me time, and then I would have to delay the stream because I know myself. So I just stood at my monitor and waited. at least I've been tweeting stuff. I've been using Twitter more often lately. Did you notice? I'm learning how to actually use Twitter somehow. Did you see that I cosplayed Fuyo? Fuyo cosplayed me, so I cosplayed her back. Doesn't it look cute? Don't I look cute? And Fuyo looks very cute in my clothing. Do I look cute in her clothing? What do you think? Yeah. That's the first time you see me with the hair like loose, like without my twin tails. That's the first one. Do you think I look nice? Should I have like hair like that in my next outfit? Maybe. Cute little tummy. Oh, it was probably the first time you see my tummy. It was so embarrassing. So embarrassing. But yeah, what the heck? Why is there so much heart of me crying? What the heck? I only now know, like, I wanted to talk about this, and I wanted to say, I want more art of Nerd Riro with glasses, but then I realized, when I looked at myself and I realized that my glasses have a tear. So it would be like, so it would be the same. It would be actually another little crying art. I only noticed it now, but I just like these glasses. They look nice. Nerd the little crying nerd. Stop with the Binky. Oh my god, we are over the Binky arc. We are over the Binky arc. Stop with the Binky. Stop with the Binky. I'm an adult now. I'm an adult now. Stop with the Binky. For real, guys. It's not even funny anymore. Why would you bully a mature woman, calling her a baby? You're shameless. So disrespectful. I'm not saying that, Ada. Like I said it, but not as you like it, so. Not as you wanted, so. By the way, do you know of this game? Do you know this game, Everlasting Summer, guys? I know that the Russian viewers do know that game. This is a Russian visual novel. It is pretty popular between the in the Russian community. But do you guys know about that game? Do you guys know?
It's all about using that business thinking now.
You know what? I have it right in front of me. Let me see. Feeling so businessy. I'm just mouth fidgeting. So yeah, about this game. I played it actually. But I played it so long ago. It was many years ago. Yeah, maybe like when they just released it probably. So I don't really remember a lot of stuff from there. And when I played it in Russian. Yeah, I played it in Russian. So this is my first time playing. It's with the English translation. And I was suggested to voice act the characters. Like, I wanted to mention it now that I was doing my deep voice. I will try to use my whole range of available female Riro voices. I almost never voice act. The last voice acting thing I did was for the Riro-kun. Although Little-kun. But it's different because it was in Japanese. Like it was like the perception was different. But yeah, I'm excited. The music in this game is very good. I love the music and the backgrounds in this game, and they're very good. I just like randomly remembered this game the other day, and I was like, oh, this would be actually nice to play it on stream. I don't remember how long the actual game is. I don't know how long will this stream be. I don't know yet. But yeah, we're starting today. So, let's go. Let's go. Moving my shoe, okay. Okay, so. This game is a work of fiction on its author's imagination. It does not aim to offend, insult, or discriminate anyone on a religious, social, economical, species, or any other basis. Any violation of the player's aesthetic sensitivity, active citizenship, or any other spiritual impulse lies on their conscience. Any resemblance of the character to your real or imaginary friends, neighbors, colleagues, tupos is entirely coincidental. Oh my god, God, when I have to read stuff, then I realize how bad my English is. I don't know how to pronounce it! How to pronounce so many words! Coincidental. All the heroines are 18 years old and have confirmed they consent on participating in this game in written form, except from the screenwriter's medical history can be provided on demand. The game does not contain any propaganda of voluntary or not ending one's life. Not a single mascot, animal, or human was hurt during the creation of this game. Happy reading. Is it clear? Is it clear for you? Yasuo is too powerful. Shut up! There we go. Бесконечное лето. Everlasting summer. As I told you, the game is Russian. But this is an English translation. Okay, let me see. Please tell me if the BGM is... If the BGM has good volume. It's not too loud, it's not too quiet. Is it good? Yeah, BGM is good. A bit loud. A bit loud. I can make it quieter. I can make it a little bit quieter. I made it just a tiny bit quieter. Is it better? Will she go brat roots? I don't know yet. Who are we raising today? Who are we raising up today? Can you make your voice a little bit louder? I don't think so, because if I do it, it will get oversaturated. I think it will break your ears if I do that. Okay, I think it should be good now. Listen to the BGM. I love it so much. The music in this game is very good. Okay, new game. There we go. I was having that dream once again. That dream. Same thing every night. But it's all forgotten in the morning as usual. Maybe it's for the best. Only a glimpse of memory will remain, of gates half opened as if inviting me somewhere, with two frozen stone pioneers standing close by. And also that strange girl, who keeps asking me, will you come with me? Come? But where? And why? And where am I anyway? Of course, if it all happened in real life, I would certainly have been scared. Well, what else would one expect to feel? But this is just a dream. The same one I see every night. There must be a reason. You don't have to know where or why to realize something is really happening. Something desperately seeking my attention. Since everything that surrounds me here is real. As real as things in my own flat. I could open the gate, hear the hinges creak, brush the crumbling rust away with my hand, inhale the fresh cool air and shiver from the cold. Hello new viewers! We're just starting this game. We're starting Everlasting Summer. Do you know that visual novel? We literally just started. It's a Russian visual novel. Like it's situated like in the Soviet times, and it's about a Soviet summer camp with cute girls. We're raising up today. We're raising waifus today. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, so there we go. I could, but to do that, I would need to pick myself up, take a step, move my hand. Yeah, he's dreaming right now. The main character is dreaming something. But this is a dream. I understand that. But what of it? What does my understanding change? Because here is just like on the other side of the cracked screen of an old TV, which struggles to fight against static noise and strives to show its audience everything without missing a single detail. But the picture is getting blurry. I must be waking up soon. Maybe I should ask her something. The girl. What's her name? About the stars, for instance. Why the stars, though? I'd rather ask about the gates. Yes, the gates. She would be so surprised. I'll start in reason already. Or better, why the dot over an I was called a tittle, but the dot over a G was called a superscript dot. Oh my god, I don't remember like what was the original version of this, because I'm pretty sure it wasn't like this, like in Russian. Nice letters. As if they don't exist anymore. Still, what do letters, gates, and stars have to do with this place? Because even if I'm having this dream every night, which will be forgotten soon anyway, I've got to look for answers here and now. And there, if you look carefully, you can see the Magellanic Clouds. As if I'd ended up in the southern hemisphere. In a dream, there are the small things that catch your attention: an unnatural color of grass, impossible curves or straight lines, or your undistorted reflection. While the real danger, which could put an end to everything right here and now, seems trivial. It's natural, since here you cannot die. Well, technically you can die while you're sleeping. I know it for sure. I've done it hundreds of times. Then what? Dying while sleeping? But if you cannot die, is there a point in living? I should ask the girl. She's a local. She should know. Yes, exactly. I should ask her about the owl, for example. One strange bird it is. Though it doesn't matter. Ask her name! Will you come with me? And every time I have to answer. It is the only way, otherwise the dream will never end, and I will never wake up. Yes, I'll come with you and I'll stay here. Yes, I'll come with you. Every time it's so hard to decide on the answer. Where am I? What am I doing here? Who is she? And why does so much of my life depend on this answer? Or maybe it doesn't. It's just a dream after all. Just a dream. That is how I see without glasses. Yeah, exactly. That's how I see my computer without glasses. Two-chan. The computer screen stared at me as if it was alive. The Stephanie from Lazy Town! I forgot about that! This is so random! Welcome to a job! Sometimes it really did seem to me that it was conscious of itself, had its own thoughts and wishes, ambitions, that it had feelings, could love and suffer. You two are kind of similar. What do you mean? Me and Stephanie from Lazy Town? You know what? I used to love her a lot. I loved Lazy Town and I loved Stephanie. As if in our relationship, the screen wasn't an instrument. It was me who was a lifeless piece of plastic and textolite. There is some truth in that, probably because the computer provides 90% of my communication with the outside world. Can you relate? Can you relate? 90% of my communication with the outside world. Well, I touched the grass lately because my laptop got broken. I told you. So actually, for me, it's only 80%. Anonymous image boards, some chats from time to time, rarely ICQ or Jabber, or on the forums even more rarely. People on the other end of the internet cable simply do not exist. You do not exist! I do not exist! All of them are simply creations of its sick imagination, an error in the source code or a kernel bug, which started living a life on its own, of its own. Meds, I swear I took my meds today. I skipped them 2 days ago though. I forgot. It happened to me again. I'm a little bit silly. If one looked at my existence from the outside, such thoughts would seem crazy. And the psychologist would surely give me a bunch of sophisticated diagnoses and maybe write me a doctor's referral to the loonies bin. Meds. Need the meds. A small apartment with no signs of repair or any semblance of order in it. Oh my god, literally my room. And always the same view out of the window on the grey megalopolis running somewhere day and night. Such are the conditions of my life. Are there jump scares? I don't remember actually. I don't think so. But who knows? I don't remember. I played it so long ago and it has like a lot of different endings. Well, of course, it didn't all start like this. I was born, went to school and finished it, like all the others. I was accepted at a university, where I spent a year and a half trailing behind and struggling. I drifted through several jobs. Sometimes it was working out quite well, sometimes I was even getting decent money for it. But it all felt like it was not mine, as if taken from another man's biography. I wasn't living life to its fullest. It was looping over and over in monotonous circles. Like in the movie Groundhog Day. Yeah, this game has a lot of references, you probably already noticed. It's just that I had no choice in how to spend my day, and every day repeated itself, the same vicious spiral. A spiral of emptiness, misery, and despair. For the last few years, I just sat in front of the screen all day. Sometimes there were manual jobs, sometimes my parents helped me. All in all, I was able to provide for myself. No wonder really, since my needs are quite minor. I hardly ever leave my home, and my communication with other people almost exclusively consists of online correspondence with the anonymous, who have no real name, no gender, no age. So, in brief, a quite typical life of a quite typical antisocial person of this time. Kind of Donnie Darko on a minor scale, without doomsday-related visions. Maybe some highly respected author will write a novel about me and it will become a contemporary classic of modern literature. Or I will write one myself. However, what's the point of fooling myself? I tried many times, but couldn't even come up with a simple short story. I tried to learn many other things as well. Not gifted enough to draw. Programming, got bored. Foreign languages, takes too much time. The only thing I loved doing was reading, but still I never would have called myself a scholar. Perhaps I was an ace at watching anime and a grandmaster of lame internet jokes. If I were to get paid for it, I would probably be a happier person, and a richer person too, but I doubt it would fill the hole inside me. I love the backgrounds in this game. Today was another typical day of a typical failur's typical life. And today is a day when I have to go to my university reunion. Frankly speaking, I really didn't want to. What is the point? The time I spent with them was so short. However, I was persuaded by a friend, my former university mate, and one of the few with whom I kept in touch other than through the internet. He's an average 2chan user. Insert Stephanie picture. Is this Toho? This is Toho, right? This character is Sirna, I think? A frosty evening. Bus stop. Waiting. I never liked winter. Though hot summer is not my season either. It's just that I see no reason to point out any particular time of the year. It doesn't matter much what the weather is outside when you stay at home 24/7. The bus today was running so late that I was about to curse it all and spend my last few hundred rubles for a taxi. The idea of just returning home didn't cross my mind for some reason. As usual, millions of thoughts flew through my mind, but there was not a single useful one to seize on. Such a thought that you could bring into existence, give a shape, turn into an idea and put into practice. Maybe I could start my own business? But where would I get the money from? Or maybe I could go back to working in an office? No way. Maybe I should try freelancing? But what skills do I have and who would want me after all? I suddenly remembered my childhood. Or rather, my teen years, the time when I was 15, 17 years old. Why exactly those years? No idea. I guess it's because back then, everything was much more simple. It was easier to make decisions, so complicated now and so simple then. Waking up in the morning, I knew exactly how my day was going to pass, and I always eagerly looked forward to the weekend. Then I could get some rest and have time for the things I liked. Computer, football, going out with friends. And then, at the beginning of next week, I'd take up my studies again. Back then, there were no such worrying questions like why, who needs it, what will change if I do it, or what will not change. A simple lifestyle, so casual for any normal person, and so odd to myself today. That careless childhood age. It was also then that I met my first love. Her appearance and personality have vanished from my memory. Only her name remains, like a brief line from a social network profile, along with the feelings which overwhelmed me when I was with her. Affection, tenderness, the desire to care for her and to protect her. Sadly, it didn't last long. Today, I can hardly imagine something like that happening. I would probably like to meet a girl, but I don't know how to start a conversation, what on earth to discuss, and how to attract her. He doesn't know the reason. Well, I haven't met any suitable girls for a long time. But where could I meet one anyway? The sound of an engine brought me back to reality. A bus pulled over. There was something abnormal about it, I thought. Then again, it doesn't matter. Only the 410 runs this route. Street lights pass me by. It's as if their cold light sparks inside me, trying to ignite feelings long dead. Or maybe not ignite, just awaken them. Because those feelings, they have been living in me for a long time, slumbering and waking up again. The driver's radio was playing some very familiar tune. Oh, this is indeed familiar for me. I remember this from the game. Yes, I told you I played this like years ago. But I wasn't listening to it. I was watching the cars passing by through the fogged-up window. Because people are always rushing somewhere, chasing something they need, stuck in their own little worlds. Why would they care about mine? They probably have their own serious problems, or maybe they have much easier lives. You can't know for sure, since all people are different. Or are they? Sometimes someone's actions can easily be predicted, but if you try to look inside his soul, you will only see impenetrable darkness. The bus was approaching downtown, and my thoughts were interrupted by the bright city lights. Hundreds of billboards, thousands of cars, millions of people. I watched the slideshow and somehow I got terribly sleepy. Yippee! My eyes closed just for a moment, and then... You played it in Russian before, right? Yeah. I played it in Russian years ago. I remember this track. Slavia. I will read the names because they are written in Russian apparently. Lena. Ulyana. We have lollies. Alisa. Miku. Yeah, we have lollies and Miku. What else do we need? Miku. Hello, Connie. Yes, it's Miku. It's fucking Miku. We have fucking Miku in this game. But it's just a coincidence. It's not. It's not a character, you know. You know. Bright daylight struck my eyes. At first, I didn't pay attention. as I wasn't fully awake yet. On the run, my legs carried me towards the door. Damn, looks like I fell asleep and missed my stop. My name is Simeon. Okay, there is no door. I looked around the bus and realized that it wasn't a good old worn-out Lias. Instead, the bus was an Icarus model, a new one. I froze in shock. How? What? Am I dead? Have I been kidnapped? No, I must be dead. I patted myself down feverishly, slapped myself painfully in the face a few times, banged my forehead on the back of one of the bus seats. He was like, was I kidnapped? And then it was like, no. Why would anyone kidnap me? So sad. It's clear. Either I'm still alive, or you can still feel pain when you're dead. But how could this happen? Maybe I slept for too long and ended up at the bus depot. And then what? Did they put me onto another bus? I rushed out and took a look around. Greenery wherever I looked. Tall grass on the roadside. Trees, flowers. Summer? But how? It was sweeter just a moment ago. My head was aching unbearably, as if it was going to explode. Slowly, I began to remember. Isekai, yeah. Isekai na boss. We got isekai. A long road running off into the distance. Forests, plains, fields, lakes, and forests again. I think I was sleeping, but then how can I remember all of it? And then, a gap. Some girl leaning over me. She softly whispered something into my ear. Then a gap again. Remember. Remember when happy day. Another happy day is coming. And then I woke up here. Who was that strange girl? Or was she just a dream? For some reason, thinking about her made me feel better and calmed me down a little. I felt warmth all over, coming from the inside. Could it be her who brought me here? Then I need to find her. And the best place to look for her is away from here. I rushed to the left, then to the right, then stopped, hesitating over where to go. Finally, I ran in the direction from which the bus had probably came. Physical exercise does refresh one's mind. Thoughts become clearer, and it gets a little easier to evaluate the surroundings reality. Makes sense because isn't brain a muscle? Or was it the heart? Never mind. Not in my case, however. I was sitting on the roadside, wheezing and trying to ease my sore throat by gulping breaths of hot air. In any case, the run did its job. The fear withdrew for a while. Don't. Stop! Maybe I really am just dreaming? Though recalling my self-harm on the bus, I immediately rejected the idea. I am neither dreaming nor dead. A narrow road ran through the fields and far into the distance. That exact same road from my dream. I must be very far away from home. And it's not just that. It was winter yesterday and it's summer now. It's the whole environment. Of course, summer is usually like this, green and hot. But here everything is not entirely lifelike. Everything looks like it was taken from the paintings of Russian landscape artists of the 19th century. That's why the backgrounds are so pretty. The grass is just too lush. The bushes are not like what bushes should be. They are too thick that you can't see anything through them. Like treetops, honestly. And the trees themselves. The forest was quite far away, but the trees looked as if they had closed their ranks and were now just waiting for the order to advance onto the fields and plains. I caught my breath and looked at the bus, which was now barely visible. That was a good run. Fear overtook me once again. Those power lines. There must be people here. But what does it mean? In fact, that means nothing at all. Couldn't they have power lines even in hell? Roasting sinners over hot coals? That's so last century. I must have reached the point of no return, after which you should either lose your mind completely or finally try to understand what is going on. And while I still have a choice, I should pick the second option. I slowly headed back to the bus. Of course it was scary, but I'm not likely to find an answer in the fields or the woods, and this wretched bucket of bolts is the only kind of link that I have with the real world. I should carefully scout the area. Savionek. Yeah, Savionek is the name. Outlet. A brick wall and its gates crowned with a Savionek sign. Statues of pioneers standing on either side. And a road sign nearby showing the bus route number 410. My trip's taken a bit too long today, I smirked. A person may start acting inappropriately in extreme situations. Something like that is probably happening to me now. This place didn't look abandoned at all. No rust on the gates, no damage to the walls. Savionek. What could have a name like that? Judging by the pioneer statues, it could be a kid's summer camp. Moreover, it appears to be open. Of course, the simplest explanation, logically speaking, explains nothing at all. The strange girl, the altered bus, Summer, the pioneer camp. Thousands of theories went through my mind instantly. From alien abduction to lethargic sleep, from a hallucination to a time and space shift. None was worse than any other, but there was really no way to pick up a single one. Then it occurred to me, I can try to make a phone call. I took out my cell phone and dialed the first number from my contact list. But instead of signals, strand bars, the screen was showing a thick cross. Alright, there might be no signal in such a remote place. Though I cannot be the only one who came here. Buses don't drive themselves. But they isekai. I examined the bus from all sides to make sure that it wasn't a hallucination. Bits of dirt on the bottom, some rust here and there, faded paint and worn out tires. Now this is definitely a very ordinary Icarus. Yeah, exactly the kind of bus which takes you to places beyond your understanding if you carelessly fall asleep. Remember, guys, never fall asleep in a bus. I gave a nervous chuckle. It came up by itself, sporadically, because this wasn't the right place or time to laugh. But where on earth is the driver? I cautiously sat down on the curb beside the bus and started to wait. My patience didn't last long. My anxiety seemed to have reached its peak, and I started to go slightly mad. In such a situation, anyone would have probably felt something similar. Aliens and parallel universes were gone from my imagination, leaving only void and darkness. Is this how everything will end? How my life will end? But I wanted to do so much. There were so many things that I had no time for yet. I was overwhelmed by the idea. This was definitely the end. We're doomed! But why? It's not fair. Surely I'm no worse than anyone else. God, why? It's over. Tears were burning my eyes unbearably. I curled up and started rolling in the grass. Why? What did I do? Why me? I told you I would I would voice act. But my cries were only heard by the speechless statues of the pioneers and a bird on a tree, which immediately flapped its wings and took off, crying out something in its own bird language, as if laughing at the idiot who dared to interrupt its after-dinner nap. I was left breathless from my weeping and just lay quietly, sobbing occasionally. After a while, I managed to pull myself together. My mind cleared up a bit, as if terror and the fear of death gave me a little break. VTuber origin stories are always like this. Will we become a VTuber in this game? All in all, if someone wanted to kill me, what is all this for? It doesn't look like an experiment either. If this is just some crazy coincidence, then there's probably no threat. Anyway, for now it seems there's no danger. The panic was soon gone. Of course, the blood was still pounding in my temples, and my hands were still shaking, but at least I could think clearly now. Right now, there's nothing I can really change anyway. So no matter how much I think or how mad I get, it will only make things worse. Until some actual facts appear, there is really no point in making guesses. In any case, I won't learn anything by lounging about here. This camp, if of course it is really a camp, looked like the only place where people could be, so I decided to go there, and hardly had reached the gates when a girl came out from behind them, wearing a pioneer uniform. Oh, hello! My logic didn't let me down this time. Then again, a pioneer uniform in the 21st century. And then again, a girl here. I froze, unable to take a step. It's a female! I felt very much like running away. Ooh, feels scary. Running as far away as I could from this place, far from this bus, gates, statues, and females! Far from this bloody bird with its siesta. Just running free like the wind, faster and faster, waving to the planets passing by, winking at the galaxies. Running, becoming a pulsar ray, and turning into vestigial radiation. What the fuck is that? Running to face the unknown. Run no matter where, as long as it's far away from females. Meanwhile, the girl came closer and smiled. I could not help but notice her beauty, even though I was trembling with fear. Human instincts work independent of consciousness, and while only 5% of the brain is responsible for cognitive processes, the remaining 95% are always busy sustaining life, and in particular, ensuring stable functioning of the hormonal system. I desperately wanted to get less complicated and stop thinking informal quotes from encyclopedia, though my thoughts appeared one by one, being stupid, out of place, as if taken from an internal monologue of the hero of some junky softcover crime fiction book. A pretty Slavic face, long braids that looked like 2 armfuls of fresh hay, and blue eyes you could drown in. Hi, you must have just arrived? Oh yeah, hello there. What's your name? What do I answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do you do, guys? What do you do, guys? Ignore. Ignore this species. Run! Oh my god. Do not reply, okay? This is your answer, chat. I was frozen in astonishment. The girl looked perfectly normal, just like an ordinary human, but I still could not utter a single word. It's too late to run. Did I say something wrong? It took a monumental effort to answer. Yeah. What? Nothing. I mean, I've just arrived. Oh, this is so awkward. I replied quickly, beginning to worry that I might have blurted out something wrong. Alright then, welcome. She smiled broadly. Strange, it looked as if I had just a normal girl in front of me. But I shouldn't have returned here, the woods and fields seemed better. But what shall I do next? Try to speak with her as if she was a human, or run away? Or what? The blood was pumping unbearably in my head, tearing it apart from the inside. A little bit more and the poor pioneer girl would be splattered with the gruesome contents of my skull. Oh my god, that is a shit. that is a gruesome explanation. What's so funny about that? The girl looked over me. Did I laugh? It sent shivers down my spine and my knees started to tremble. He peed himself, he shitted himself, and he finally ran away. Great then. Great? What's so great about that? Suddenly a thought crossed my mind. To hell with it all. Forget about the bus behind me, the fact that it was winter yesterday and summer today. I wanted to rip off my itchy sweater and just accept that all this is actually happening. Everything it is as should be. All this is for the best. You happen to know? You should go to our camp leader. She'll tell you everything. Look, you go straight ahead to the square, then turn left. You'll see several small cabins. She pointed at the gates as if I knew what was behind them. Well, you can ask someone where Olga Dmitrievna cabin is. Dmitrievna is a patronymic, a derivative of a person's father's name, in this case Dmitri. Put by Russians after the person's first name as a sign of respect or formal address. Yeah, basically like a second last name. I have to meet another woman. Got it? Of course I didn't. Well, I've got to go now. The girl waved her hand at me and disappeared through the gate. It seemed as if to her I was something ordinary. And all the show with the bus and the troubles while awake or asleep were troubling only me, while everything here is just the way it is supposed to be. Camp leader, pioneer uniform. What are they doing? A historical reenactment here? I hope I won't find Lenin standing atop the armored car in the square. But even that would not surprise me right now. After standing alone for a while, I headed into the camp. A mere 50 meters ahead, a small one-story house popped up on the left side. The sign near the door said, "Clubs." I was about to come closer, when the door suddenly opened and a short girl wearing a pioneer uniform came out. Her pretty face gave me the impression of one suffering for the fate of the whole of mankind with a truly universal sorrow. As soon as she saw me, the girl froze, as if frightened. Am I that ugly? I froze too, considering what was the best to do, to approach first or wait until she showed some initiative. Or maybe run away after all. Although this last option was constantly being suggested only by my self-preservation instinct. At least that's what I'd like to believe. Not the worst human instinct, but far from the most logical. If this instinct played poker against deductive abilities, the outcome would be predetermined. And those deductive abilities, or at least their semblance, were hinting to me that there was no need to be afraid of this girl. Suddenly, somebody jumped out of nearby bushes. A girl wearing a bright red t-shirt with USSR written on it. Such a perfect reproduction of the age. She looked quite short from a distance and was probably younger than both pioneer girls. The one at the gates and this girl at the door of the clubs. Do you hear Miku? It's Miku singing! But it's just a coincidence, guys. At last I decided to come closer, but the USSR, as I called her in my mind, jumped towards the first girl and started telling her something while wildly waving her arms. Are they speaking about me? The other girl in turn seemed confused and lowered her gaze, remaining silent. They're speaking about how ugly I am! I would have probably continued to observe their amusing dialogue, but the USSR suddenly pulled something out of her pockets and started waving it in front of the first girl's face. A cricket! This something turned out to be a grasshopper. The first girl squealed. She must not be too keen of insects, as she instantly rushed off towards the place where Lenin presumably made his speech about the workers' and peasants' revolution. That is to say, towards the square. The USSR glanced at me, grinned playfully, and dashed after her. Not a bad start to the day. I have absolutely no clue where I am. Besides that, there are some kids here role-playing as pioneers. And as far as I can tell, this place is located thousands of kilometers away from my home. It might even be a different reality. And this was indeed a reality. I mean, everything around me seemed so real, if a little embellished, that I was starting to think that in fact my previous life could have been just a dream. And what am I supposed to do now? I was picking at the cracked paving stones with my shoe and staring aimlessly at the club's building. Just a few more seconds before I have to come up with some decision. That's when I recalled myself rolling on the grass, weeping. I cringed in disgust. Yeah, my past is so cringy. My past from 10 minutes ago, so cringy. Perhaps it's another instinct. When all energy for whimpering and self-pitying is used up, the body either goes into hibernation or mobilizes its reserves. Mine seemed to have chosen the second option because out of the blue, I found the determination to figure out what was going on. And in order to do that, I had to act like a man, like a human. To maintain my dignity of a representative of my own world, I had to man up! I followed the path to the left, on the right side of which stood small cabins, apparently the homes of the local pioneers. Actually, they looked quite cozy from the outside. Even though I was born in the Soviet Union, I had never been part of its children's organizations. Neither the pioneers nor even the younger October children. I imagined the daily life of a typical pioneer camp a bit differently. Huge barracks with long rows of metal bunks, wake-up call at 6 o'clock played by a siren, 1 minute to make your bed, then joining the formation at the drill square. Or wait, could I be confusing it with something else? Suddenly something struck me on the back. I staggered but remained on my feet, turned around and prepared to fight heroically for my life. But all I found was another girl standing before me. My mouth hung open in surprise. Pick your jaw up off the ground. I closed my mouth. Okay. The same pioneer uniform, but the way she was wearing it looked, let's say, provocative. Like all the girls I had met here before, this one was rather cute, but her overly arrogant expression killed any desire to get to know her better. New here, are you? Fine, see ya. She threw a threatening glance at me and walked past. I waited for the pioneer girl to turn at the corner. Who knows what else she might have been up to? The most interesting thing was that even this hostile girl seemed completely normal to me. She did not give off the feeling of some deadly danger. Except maybe the danger of getting punched in the nose. At last I managed to make it to the square. There was no Lenin or an armored car. I thought one could easily expect something like that after all this had happened. Instead, however, a monument to a certain comrade towers in the middle of the square. The letters on the pedestal read Red Genda. Must be some big figure in the party. There were some small benches at the sides. It's quite pleasant here. Where did that girl tell me to go? To the left or to the right? To the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. Why am I going there anyway? Alright, I've decided to pretend to be normal. So, to the right. Through a small grove, I came out at a pier. I must have taken a wrong turn. Hey, wrong way! I turned towards the voice. Ugh! Already seeing Tommy! The first girl stood before me. Now what did I tell you? Take a left to the square, wasn't it? She had changed from her pioneer uniform into a bikini. Well, I still haven't introduced myself. My name is Slavia. Actually, my full name's Slaviana, but everyone calls me Slavia. So you can too. Yeah! I still felt a bit confused, so I could not come up with a more meaningful answers. So what's your name? This man has negative praise. Actual espantaviejas. It felt like she could see right through me. Please, Spanish speakers, explain what espantaviejas is. Yeah, Simeon. Nice to meet you, Simeon. Alright, I'm always down here. Could you wait here a minute? I'm going to change and we'll go to Olga Dmitrievna together. Agreed? Agreed. Meanwhile, looking in the other eyes of the girl. After this exchange, she ran off. I sat on the pier and let my feet hang into the water. I was wearing heavy winter boots, but in such weather, there was nothing wrong in getting my feet wet. Furthermore, it let me cool myself a little. Looking at the river, I was brainstorming and processing everything that has happened. If this is some kind of conspiracy, it's a weird one, even too friendly at times. No, it really looks more like a random event. It's random event time! Some entirely incomprehensible random event. Shall we go? Slavia was standing beside me, dressed in the pioneer uniform again. It's cool. I've been here for a very short time, but of all the people I've met, she looks the least suspicious. However, this fact is already suspicious itself. We walked to the square. The USSR girl and the girl who hit me on the back were there, chasing each other. Is that some kind of game they're playing? Ulyana, enough running. I'll tell everything to Olga Dmitrievna. Yeah, Captain. I decided not to question Slavia for a while about what was going on at the local residence. Better meet with this mysterious Olga Dmitrievna first. Is there a Olga Dmitrievna route? Sounds like she's the boss here. Gonna raise the boss! We walked past the rows of almost identical cabins, some of which looked like fat beer barrels, while others looked more like household sheds. Finally, Slavia stopped in front of a smallish one-story cabin. It looked like an artist's painting. The faded paint, chipping here and there with age, was sparkling in the sun. The window shutters, slightly ajar, were swaying almost unnoticeably in the wind, and huge lilac bushes were growing at the sides. It seemed as if the ramshackle hut was drowning in a storm of purple silk, and the lilacs, like some elemental force, were inexorably destroying the troop leader's house. What are you standing around for? Let's go! Slavia snapped me out from my daydreaming. And stop teasing Lena already. What? Rena? Higurasin no lago koroni? Rena! What the fuck? What the fuck was that flashback? Sounds like there's someone inside. Indeed, a moment later the door swung open and Olyana ran out and dashed past with the same mischievous grin. The pig-tailed girl came out next. Don't let it bother you, Lena. So her name is Lena. Gotta be thankful it's not Rena, at least Lena. But Lena is like a very common Russian name. What the heck? You have to be such a weeb to associate that name with an anime character. But I don't. Instead of finishing her sentence, she blushed and quickly headed towards the square. Oh, whoa. For some reason, I felt like turning and following her with my eyes. But Slavia said, "Come." We entered the cabin. Inside, it looked like something similar to what I'd imagined. 2 beds, a table, a couple of chairs, a simple carpet on the floor, a wardrobe. Nothing special, but at the same time it felt homelike and cozy. Although this room was almost in the same state of disorder as my own flat. The girl standing near the window appeared to be about 25 years old. Nature had obviously gifted her with a pretty face and a good body. At least one thing can keep you happy in this pandemonium. The locals are beautiful. You're finally here. Excellent. My name is Olga Dmitrievna, the camp leader. She's the boss. Can Reese the boss? I do remember her being so pretty. Nice to meet you. I'm Simeon. I decided to talk as if I wasn't surprised by anything that was going on. She came closer. We've been expecting you since early morning. You've been expecting me? Yes, of course. And when does the next bus come? And why do you need it? Yeah, right. Why would I need it? Guess I shouldn't ask direct questions. The people here might react to them quite unlikely how I'd prefer. And I doubt I'd get any answers. No reason, just curious. By the way, where are we exactly? Our mailing address, I mean? I wanted to send a letter to my parents to tell them I got here fine. For some reason I had the desperate idea that if I played along, I would find something out. Oh, but your parents called just half an hour ago. Send their regards to you. Now that's a surprise. So can I call them? Cause I forgot to tell them something before I left. No. She gave me a sweet, spontaneous smile. No. Why not? We don't have a phone here. Then how could my parents make a call to here? Objection! attention! I've just come back from the district central town. I talked with them there. Ah, so that's how it is. And can I somehow get to the town? No. She kept the same smile. Why not? Because the next bus only comes in a week. I decided not to inquire how the troop leader managed to get there and back. I would get no answer anyway. All this time, Slavia was standing next to me and seemed to find nothing odd in our conversation. Oh, we need to find a uniform for you. I've got absolutely no desire to put on a pioneer shorts or to wear the ridiculous red neckerchief. However, wearing winter clothes in summer isn't a great idea either. Right, thank you. I wonder if I'm the only one here who finds it strange that someone's wearing a coat and winter boots in such heat. Yeah, they didn't mention it at all. Righty-o. I'll be off then, and you can get yourself acquainted with the camp. Don't forget to come to dinner in the evening. Having said that, she walked out of the cabin. No, walked is not the right word. She rushed out. I ended up alone with Slavia. I must go too. Got things to do. Take a walk, look around the camp a bit. See you in the evening. There's no thread or catch into this than this reality, as embodied by Slavia, becomes more and more appealing. For the first time today, I realized that it was awfully hot here. Although obviously my winter clothes were to blame for that. I took off my coat and dropped it onto the bed. My pullover followed it. I was now wearing only the shirt. That's much better. All I could do now is follow their advice and go look around the camp. I'll try to find something out in the meantime. Oh my god, he must be sweaty as hell right now. Imagine the smell. Passing the local residential district, I saw a pioneer guy coming my way. And it was really a pioneer guy, not a pioneer girl. Apparently, there were men even in this kingdom of Amazons. Hello, you're new here. You must be Simeon, right? And how do you... Everyone knows already. I'm electronic, by the way. The real one. You can call me that. He's the real one. Electronic, the real one. Things were going from crazy to completely insane. Electronic was a robot character appearing in a popular Soviet film and book series. He looked like an exact copy of a school kid called Sergei Cheezkov. Is that how I pronounce it? Cheezkov. Alright. Uliana also calls me Cheesy. Cheesy? On toast with mushrooms? Because my last name is Cheezikov. I see. Let me show you around. I accepted his offer as it would have taken much longer to get to know this place alone. Fine, let's go. We ended up at the square again, as if this place was all there is to this camp. Lena was sitting on one of the benches reading some book. Electronic confidently approached her. Hello, Lena. Meet the new guy, Simeon. He started briskly. Hello? Well, you could say we already met in a way. Yes. She looked away from the book for a moment, glanced at me, blushed, and went back to reading, as if not noticing that we were still here. Oh, whoa. Alright, let's go on. I was at first surprised that meeting the girl was reduced to a couple of words, but then I thought that it was better that way. Electronics vigorous activity did not fit well with Lena's shyness. Let's go. Next we came to a building, which I instantly identified as a canteen. And this here, I know, this is where you consume organic food. Yeah, something like that. Why do you say it like that, weirdo? On the canteen's porch stood the unfriendly girl who hit me on the back earlier. At the sight of her, my joking mood vanished in a blink of an eye. He was like, really, now's not the best time to be pulling this guy's leg, even though he is quite hilarious. First, I need to figure out what's here, or at least where I am. Here, over there, that's Alisa Dvachevskaya. Be careful around her. The local bully, he spoke in whisper. Don't ever risk calling her Dvacha. She doesn't like that. Dva means till in Russian. The whole nickname sounds exactly like to che in Russian, a reference to the late to ch dot ru anonymous image board. What did you say? What did you call me? She must have heard him. In the blink of an eye, Alyssa jumped down from the porch and dashed towards us. Alright, you'll manage just from here onwards. Electronic took his heels. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Run! Okay. I decided that I had no wish to come across the aggressive Alyssa girl again and darted after Electronic. Ran into the square, I lost sight of him. But Dvachevskaya wasn't chasing me either. However, I really should not risk calling her that, even in my mind. After catching my breath, I wondered why I had reacted like that. Alright, she's a girl, an aggressive one. But why run away? Stardust, you told me to run away! Failing to find a good answer, I sat down on a bench and stared at the monument to Genda. Looks like I'll have to kill time alone, waiting for dinner. I decided to go east. At least in the direction where east would be in my world. How does he know that? How can you tell where is east and where is north and where is, you know? Soon after, I found myself near the football pitch. A game was in full swing there. I guess watching it for a bit wouldn't do any harm. In my childhood and teen years, I was not a bad player myself and even thought of going professional, but a few injuries in a row killed my desire to risk my health for the sake of uncertain chance in the game. Kids of different ages were running around the pitch. I could see a boy of about 10 and a girl of about 14 years old. A girl. Hey, that's Uliana. Alright, so she plays football. What's so surprising? She seems a restless one after all. It's the USSR girl. I was standing quite far from the pitch, but she still noticed me. Hey, you! Uliana shouted. Wanna play? I didn't know how to answer. On the one hand, running around for 10 minutes is no big deal. On the other hand, any wrong move in my situation could be my final one. But in any case, my attire wasn't suitable for this weather. If I played in winter boots and warm jeans, I would sweat like a pig. You're already sweating like a pig! You stink! And playing barefoot and without jeans would be simply unethical. Maybe another time, alright? I shouted in response, turned around and walked back. I was followed by Uliana's screams about my pants or about me being a pansy or something like that. Evening was falling, making me feel tired and empty after a day wasted with no real purpose. I came back to the square, sit down on a bench, and gave an exhausted sigh. I'd better sit here and wait for dinner. Oh, give me a second. Let me check one thing real quick. Okay. I'd better sit here and wait for dinner. After all, it's easier to search for answers when you're not hungry. They do give food to the people here, right? You know, it's curious how the simplest human needs can break the will to ponder on things and strive for something. For example, I feel hungry now, so I care much less about where I am or what is happening to me. Could great people also be affected by this? And in that case, how did Spartacus start the slave uprising in ancient times? I can only conclude that I am not a great person, and it does not really matter which mechanism I serve as a gear in society, the Matrix, or a weird pioneer camp. It's munching time. It's dinner time. My thoughts were interrupted by the sound of bells chiming from from a loudspeaker on the light pole. It must be the dinner call. I headed towards the canteen. It was a good thing that now I knew where it was. Hungry. Olga Dmitrievna was there, standing on the porch. I stopped and looked closely at her, as if I were expecting something. She looked back at me for a while, but at last came closer. You're so close. Simeon, what are you waiting for? Come in already. Guess nothing bad can happen if I go with her. My stomach backs me up here. The two of us went inside. The canteen looked like a canteen. I'd had a chance to visit a factory canteen at some point in my life. This one was exactly the same, just maybe a bit cleaner and more modern. Metal chairs and tables, glazed tiles on the walls and on the floor, unsophisticated tableware. Oh heck. Guess that's what a canteen in a pioneer camp supposed to look like. Simeon, wait a moment. We'll find you a place to sit. She looked around the place. Vachevskaya, hold it right there! Olga Dmitrievna shouted at Alisa, who was passing by. What? What's up with your clothes? Anything wrong with them? Indeed, her attire looked somewhat provocative. Get your uniform nice and neat right now! Alright. Alisa got her shirt right and walked past, shooting an unpleasant glare at me. So where can we find you a place to sit? I see one right here. There weren't a lot of free seats. Go over there next to Uliana. Yeah, it's fine. The food's already on the table too. I had no other choice but to accept. Of course, there was the probability that the cutlets were poisoned with curare, the mashed potatoes generously seasoned with arsenic, and the glass filled with excellent antifreeze instead of compote. Oh my god, he's so paranoid. Sheesh, guy. In common Russian language, cutlet is minced meat, fried and baked in the shape of a ball or a cylinder, close to American patties. Compote is a drink made by boiling fresh and dried or dried fruit in a large amount of water. Compote in French. Do you remember that there's like a juice I really like that my grandma makes? Well, it's compote. It's this thing. Drink made by boiling fresh fruit or fresh and dried fruit. Yep. But it all looked so tasty that I had no chance to resist. Hey! What do you want? I replied rather rudely to Uliana, who was sitting next to me. Why didn't you play football with us? Because of my clothes, said I, pointing at the source of the problem. Oh, alright then, eat! That was enough for her. However, there wasn't much left to eat. My cutlet was missing from the plate. Only she could have done it. No, more precisely, none but Uliana could have done it. Give me back my cutlet. In a big family, you snooze, you lose. It can cost you a cutlet if you are careless. Give it back, I'm telling you. Attempt to take the cutlet. Don't attempt to take the cutlet. What are we doing? What are we doing, guys? I am playing, but you make the decisions. Hydration check. Rob, get your food back. Take it. Okay. My cutlet! I looked at her menacingly and was about to reach out my hand. See? I don't have it! And indeed, Ariana's plate was empty. It seemed that this little girl eats as fast as she steals someone's cutlets. Take it easy, we'll work something out now. She grabbed my plate and ran off. There was no point in following her. If they wanted to poison me here, they could have done it in a much easier way. About a minute later, Uliana returned and handed me the plate with a steaming hot cutlet on it. Here's one for the starving. Thanks. It was all I could say. I was so hungry that my suspicions were gone in a flash. I picked up the cutlet with my fork and... What the? Some bug! Extra protein! Let's go! No, not a bug! An insect! It got legs and it's wiggling! The plate fell to the floor and broke into pieces. The chair hit me hard on my legs while falling. I've just liked insects since I was a child, but when these creepy crawlies appear on my plate, that's just way too much. You little... Liana seemed ready for such twists and was already at the door, laughing as if she had just heard a fresh stand-up comedy joke. I dashed after her. We ran out of the canteen. We were just a few dozen meters apart, and I felt I could catch this little girl easily. We ran through the square, past the club's house, and ran onto the forest path. I started to gasp for breath. I should have quit smoking, I guess. Uliana passed out of sight on the next turn. It can't be true that she managed to get away from me. It simply can't. I refuse to accept it. I stopped and tried to catch my breath again. Night was falling. Looks like I'm lost. It's a bad idea to stay in the woods at night. Better get back to the camp, but in the end he didn't eat anything. However, I had absolutely no clue which way to go. I'll gotta choose at random. The background is beautiful. I wandered for quite some time in the forest, and even thought of crying for help, but finally I saw the camp's fence beyond the trees. Everything fell back into place. The bus is gone, I mummed quietly. On the one hand, there was nothing strange about that. The bus couldn't just stay there forever. On the other hand, it meant there was someone driving, because buses do not drive themselves. Or do they? These words seemed too normal, but every event here had at least two explanations for it. An ordinary, real, everyday explanation and a surreal one. Certainly the driver could have just been off for a snack and I left too soon, and that's why. In any case, this is not the place for me. Whether the bus drives itself or not was probably an important question, but it was much more important to know how I had got here at all. And where this here was. The fields and the woods, stretching towards the horizon, had no answers. There was nothing familiar about them. A strange, odd, and alien world. However, at the same time, it was absolutely not frightening. Either my self-preservation instinct decided to resign from its job, or all this running around the camp and the local pioneers had lulled me so much with their carefree normality that I was simply forgetting what had happened to me just a couple of hours ago. Although I probably just had no strength left to worry. All I wanted was some peace, calmness, I wanted to just have a break from it all, and only after that would I continue looking for answers, ready and reloaded. However, that would be sometime later. Now what about now? Can I allow myself to relax? It got completely dark, and in any case, it was better to spend the night in the camp. I was about to head back when someone came up silently from behind. Hello, what are you doing here so late? It was Slavia standing before me. I was so surprised that I jumped. So, you didn't get Juliana, did you? She smiled. I nodded disappointedly aside it. No wonder. No one ever has. Yeah, she's a real rocket girl. She could have found a better use for her energy than looking for adventures. You must be hungry. You didn't manage to have dinner after all. Hungry noises. Indeed, I had completely forgot about my hunger. But after these words of hers, my stomach drew attention to itself by giving a traitorous rumble. Slavia smiled. Let's go then. What, is the canteen still open? It's alright, I have the keys. The keys? Yes, I have the keys to all the facilities in this camp. How come? Well, I'm something like the camp leader's aide here. ID? Aide? I see. Well, let's go. It was an offer you can't refuse. When we reached the square, Slavia stopped in her tracks. Excuse me, should I warn my roommate that I'll be late? I should warn my roommate that I'll be late. She's so punctual herself that she'll be worried otherwise. You go in the canteen, and I'll come in a minute, alright? Alright. I really did not expect to find somebody aside from myself there at such a late hour. And that somebody was apparently trying hopelessly to open the door. Without any secret thoughts, I walked up onto the porch. The lockpicker turned out to be Alisa. I should have probably kept off and waited. She looked at me intensely for a while, then said, Don't just stand there, give me a hand or something. Meaning? Help me open the door. Why? 'Cause I want some buns and kefir. Dinner wasn't big enough. Is it really a good idea? Aren't you hungry yourself, huh? Oriana didn't let you have a normal dinner, did she? She smiled sarcastically. It's true, she didn't. It's fine, Slavia will come now and... What? Guess I shouldn't have said that. I'm off then. And you'll pay for this. What? You owe me two already. What? What did I do? Having said that, Alyssa disappeared into the night. And what was the first one? Slavia didn't keep me waiting for too long. Is everything alright? Yeah, why are you asking? No reason, it's nothing. It would be better if I didn't hear about Alyssa. Everything's fine. I said that and immediately heard a note of dishonesty in my voice. Well, shall we go? As for Slavia, she seemed not to have noticed anything. Or at least she was pretending she hadn't. We entered the canteen. Wait a bit, I'll go get something. I sat down on a chair and obediently waited for my savior. My dinner was simple, a field balanced on a glass of kefir. Do you know what kefir is, by the way? It's like fermented milk, it's like yogurt. I like it way more than yogurt though. It's very common in Russia, and my grandma also usually makes it. We always have kefir. No wonder, I bet hungry pioneers finished everything off. I think it's common in stores, like, overall. Maybe, like, not as common as yogurt, but for example here, I live in Spain, and you can find kefir in stores. It's not too popular, but you can find it. However, even that was far better than most of my usual diet. Slavia sat across the table and looked at me while I was eating. Is there something on my face? No, just... She smiled. So, how did you like your first day in the camp? Well, I don't really know. It's silly to ask someone who suddenly found himself in a different reality whether he liked the food in the canteen, the camp leader, or his assigned hut. It's alright, you'll soon get used to it. Uy. Slavia stared out the window dreamily. Frankly speaking, I have no desire to get used to such things. But as for her, she doesn't know. Or at least she wants me to think that she doesn't. Well, all in all, it's nice here. Had to somehow break the awkward silence. Do you think so? She asked without any interest. Yeah, this place is so... I wanted to say retro, but I managed to hold that back. After all, it was retro for me, but what about them? It might be the only kind of life they knew. The term life was applicable here at all. So how? She watched me closely, as if something important depended on my answer. Well, I don't know. Lovely. Yeah, it's lovely here. Vintage! I guess you're right. She smiled again. It's very good that you think so. Why? Well, not everybody likes it here. And what about you? Me? Yes. I love it here. It's great. Then you don't need to worry about what other people think. Well, I don't really worry. Slavia laughed. This conversation seemed to be leading me far astray from where I wanted to get to. And you're worried yourself. Really? Why do you say so? Well, when someone is chewing so intensely... I'm sorry. It's okay. I couldn't bring myself to be more cautious around this girl. But why her in particular? Why not any other local inhabitant? Every one of them looks completely normal to me. Precisely normal, so normal it sends chills down my spine and into my marrow. Normal, not like neighbor with a power drill in one hand and a subwoofer in the other. What does that even mean? Not like a passenger you can often meet in a subway or on public transport. Not like a co-worker at the next table or in an open plan office. And not even like a friend who only differs from other humans in his constant insistence. All of them looked normal, as I would expect them to be, with their own downsides, but without any superpowers. And Slavia was also cute? I glanced at her stealthily, not knowing what to say. I'm sorry, I wanted to show you the camp, but was run off my feet. I didn't miss anything while on my own, I guess. Are you sure you haven't missed anything at all? She smiled so brightly that I had to drop my eyes in confusion. Well, how would I know? It's my first day here. Okay, and what have you seen so far? I've seen the square, the canteen, the football field. And what about the beach? Just from afar. You really should go there. Well, let's do it together. Yeah, okay, we will. Her naturalness started to scare me, but then I thought, what if everything that happens here is how it's supposed to be, and this world looks strange only to me, while for them it is normal? Maybe I was thrown into the past? Yes, that would explain a lot. Can I ask a stupid question? No. No. Slavia smiled and stood up from the table. It's late. Can you find the way to Olga-Dmitrievna's by yourself? Of course I can, but why should I go there? She'll settle you with someone. What for? Probably this question seemed stupid because Slavia bursted into good-natured laughter. You need to sleep somewhere, right? That makes sense. Fine, I'll be off then. Good night. Night. It's strange that she left in such a hurry. A bundle of keys left in the door lock got my attention. I was going to catch up to Slavia, but where does she live? And knocking on every door during the middle of the night doesn't sound like a bright idea. What do I do? What do I do? It's your time, Stardust. Decide. A lot depends on your decision. Take? Okay. I'd better take them. I'll give them back tomorrow because who knows what happens here at night. Such thoughts gave me chills. It's me who needs to be careful here in the first place. The night, so dark, wasn't silent at all. One could hear chirping crickets, the song of the night birds and rustling trees from everywhere. A sudden desire to follow Slavia's advice and go to the camp leader's cabin appeared. I don't know why, but the sight of the unknown bronze builder of communism put me in constructive mood. Constructive mood. I sat on the bench and started to recall everything that happened today. That was all my constructive mood my mood could offer. Here was much brighter than near the canteen, and 30 pioneers were running by, so this place didn't seem scary at all. Bus, summer camp, girls. I was so tired from everything new and strange that I could not come up with a single explanation for what's going on. I heard a barely noticeable rustle nearby. I shivered and looked in that direction. A girl, reading a book. Lena. I decided to move closer and talk. She was the only new person I had met here without exchanging even a few words. Hi, what are you reading? And I was so surprised that she even jumped. Oh, whoa! Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Whoa. Never mind. Oh, whoa. She blushed and stared at the book again. So what are you reading? On the cover was written, Gone with the Wind. What do I do? 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 Good book? Praise? Keep silent? Praise, praise, praise! Only base Stardust will say keep silent because you don't even know what book it is. That's not being nice, that's being false! Oh yeah, such a lovely book! Let's just simping. What do I do? Okay, I'll praise the book. Most of you are telling me to simp, so I will simp.
Rolls up in Lada. Hey baby, you looking fine in that pioneer scarf. Wanna come back to my Stalinka? My 12 roommates are all out, so it's just us.
12 roommates! You hear the alerts, right? Just to be sure. The 12 roommates. I mean, yeah. That pioneer scarf and that book, how was it called again? Pretty amazing book. Praise the book. A good book. Thanks. Honestly speaking, I haven't read it, but I think that such literature suits her very well. You don't even know her! The fuck are you talking about? Lena didn't seem to be interested in continuing the conversation. Makes sense. Well, if I'm bothering you... No. She answered while still looking at the book. Can I sit beside you for a while? Why? Really, why? Okay, bye-bye! Maybe just because I was very tired and having company is better than being alone. And maybe I wanted to try to find something out from her. I carefully examined Lena. But no, I doubt that. Well, I don't know. I'm not allowed to. Feel free. But if I'm bothering you... No, you're not. I can leave, just say. Everything's alright. Okay then. I sat on the end of the bench carefully. After such intense talk, staying here was the last thing I wanted. But it wouldn't be nice to just stand up and leave. That didn't really go well, huh? Lena hasn't answered anything. It seems I made a fool out of myself. Help. I bet if Uliana was here, she'd have a good laugh at me. She's a little bit weird. Yeah, this is so fucking awkward. Do you enjoy being here? I recalled the Slavic question and thought it would be a good start for a conversation. Yes. She smiled slightly. I guess I like it too. Lena definitely isn't very sociable. I probably can't carry on a meaningless conversation as easily as Slavia. But there was something about her that attracted attention. Like a momentary glimpse of a reflection in the glass of a rainy autumn evening, which makes you turn around and stare into darkness, searching for something that you saw out of the corner of your eye. Of course you weren't able to distinguish or understand what it was, but it still felt so tempting. And I was still reading the book without paying any attention to my presence. And I had no intention of asking her anything about this camp or this world in general. Beautiful night. Yes. How in the world would you start a conversation with her? It's late, I have to go. Yes, it's quite late. Good night. Night! I would never recover from this interaction. There is something strange about this girl. Same. At first glance, she is typically shy, a modest pioneer girl, but the mystery of Lena took its own place in the massive list of mysteries about this camp, which I had started to put together in my head. I mean, the girl seemed normal. Let me see the weird one. I am the weirdo. A lazy evening. There's nothing like a good time with nothing to do. I headed towards Olga Dmitrievna's cabin. Am I sleeping with her tonight? The milk route. Let's go. The lights in the house was on. Hello there. Hello, Simeon. You're quite late. Yeah. I went for a walk to look around the camp. Alright. You will be sleeping here. That's bold of you, Olga. She pointed her finger at one of the beds. Right here. I was a bit surprised. Yeah, is something wrong? We're out of free cabins anyway. The camp leader smiled, but I rather think it was just out of politeness. You do want to be a decent pioneer, don't you? There was a clear emphasis on the word decent. Yep, sure. I was lost in thought for a moment. Don't you mind it, mademoiselle? She looked at me oddly, with surprise and some offense in her eyes. A pioneer should respect their elders. Olga Dmitrievna said strictly. Of course he should, no one argues with that. I blathered, not realizing what was wrong. Shouldn't you also? She stared at me. Under such a gaze, even mithril forged by the best dwarf masters from the deepest dungeons would melt. What the fuck are these comparisons? Should I what? What's up, Toots? What? Annoyance and a lack of understanding made me raise my voice. You must address adults appropriately. What did she call her? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? What does that even... It's like really disrespectful. Yes, of course there are a lot of strange things here. Have a look this up, please look it up. But this girl is just a couple years older than me. Or maybe even younger. But I decided not to argue. Well, just a few minutes ago I would never have called her an adult. Have to admit that she was also given a strong character. And in any case, I wasn't in a position to argue. As you say, ma'am, I mumbled. That's much better. He deserves punishment. Punish me, Olga, I deserve punishment. That is how a decent pioneer should conduct himself. And now it's time to sleep. Honestly speaking, I was going to become neither a decent nor an indecent pioneer. Just yesterday I wasn't going to become a pioneer at all. But do I have a choice now? If you don't want to, we'll have to make you. That is the motto Olga Dmitrievna was probably going to use. I climbed onto the bed and closing my eyes only to realize how tired I was after today. Something hammered in my head awfully, as if my brains had started a night shift. And they seemed to be aimed more at rolling still than working on something more sensitive. The bus flew through my mind. On the square with the monument. The canteen full of pioneers. And the malicious face of Uliana. Slavia. Lena. And even recalling Alisa didn't give me too much of negative feeling. What if I'm here for good? Day 2. Children screaming BGM. It's part of the game, I promise. It's not. I was having a dream. It seemed like I was in some kind of vacuum, with nothing but nothing around me. But not only around, I was the only creature in the universe. As if the universe had returned to a state of singularity right before the Big Bang. And something was just about to happen. Suddenly I heard a voice. I could not make out the words, but it sounded familiar. The voice was whispering something gently, as if soothing me. And then I realized. It was the voice of that strange girl from the bus. The girl from the dream. But what is she trying to tell me? Who is she? I woke up. Oh my god, the children so loud! I hate summers! They are always until so late on the park below my house. Oh my god. Bright sunlight struck my eyes. It was almost noon. After stretching lazily on the bed and yawning, I started to recall the previous day. In a few seconds, all its events passed before my eyes. The bus, the camp, the local inhabitants. No, that's just wrong. Not this whole situation, not me being here. It was wrong by default. My attitude towards what was happening was wrong. Because yesterday I fell asleep here just like that. And before that, I chatted nicely with the local pioneers, even managed to crack a few jokes. How could I act like that in such a situation? I should be frightened, startled by every little rustling. Should avoid all contact with the potentially hostile creatures. The paranoid mode strikes again. The last day's events were getting hazy. like I had a hangover. This really feels like the morning after a heavy drinking party. Yesterday's natural, flawless, absolutely normal conduct becomes a nightmare in the morning, a grotesque illustration from the Divine Comedy. Yes, it's just like that, and I can't change the past now. Then again, I had probably assessed the situation and was acting accordingly. I glanced around, trying to figure out whether I had been thrown somewhere else, but Olga Dmitrievna's cabin looked the same as yesterday. Everything seemed to be in its place, except for a pioneer uniform which was hanging from the bed head. I fumbled with it in distrust and tried it on. At least this is better than walking around in winter clothes. Oh my god, at least take a shower, jeez! Wish I could see myself, but I look like a clown. And for that, I needed a mirror. Just a tiny one. Finally found one on the wardrobe door. Holy! He's a hentai protagonist! Oh no! I looked at the newfound pioneer and jumped away in surprise. There was some teenager on the other side of the mirror. He resembled me, but it wasn't me. Where did the weak stubble go? Where were the bags under my eyes, the sludge, the deathly fatigue on my face? It seemed that I had not been thrown back in time or into a parallel reality, but instead had simply changed bodies with someone else. Right, that's real simple. Such things happen every day. I took a closer look at this stranger, and only then I realized that it was actually me. Actually was me. It just wasn't today's me. Maybe the one from between my school and university years. Oh, at least that's something. There you go. The person in an extreme situation did fail to notice the elephant in the room after all. But the camp leader noticed it, and last night she told me off for addressing her without proper respect. What the fuck does toots mean? Did you look that up? What the fuck was that interaction? Ah, screw that. I doubt my appearance affects anything else. If the clock was not lying, breakfast was long over. Toots is like babe or doll. Oh my god. Oh well, try to find something in the canteen. Toots is a thing old men used to catcall. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. It worked out well yesterday with Slavia, didn't it? I don't want to be the MC anymore. Can I switch characters? Can I be with Yana or Slavia or Lena? I don't want to be the MC. Minus 100 trees, I know, right? Those memories made me smile involuntarily. Honestly, I deserve to be literally anybody else. I am so sorry. What did I do to deserve this? The sun was shining brightly outside. A light breeze was blowing. Bright and shining! A beautiful summer day. I had not felt so good in the morning for several years. All problems were gone, vanished into clouds that were white as snow. Olga Dmitrievna came out of nowhere. Good morning, Semyon. Morning. I smiled, doing my best to show that no matter what, my morning was indeed good. You only arrived yesterday, so I decided not to wake you up, but breakfast... Never mind. Here, take this. She handed me something wrapped in paper. Judging by the oily stains, there had to be sandwiches inside. Oh, thank you. Now go wash yourself, you stink! Oh god. Yeah, she literally called. She literally called out my stench. I was about to leave. Wait a second. Take a shower. Oh god, Nityana quickly ran into the house and came out to shove a small bag into my hands. Inside it I found a toothbrush, soap, and a small towel and something else. I did not look too closely. A pioneer should always be clean and tidy. Say it, Olga. Let me do your neckerchief properly this first time. Yours is askew. You should do it yourself once you learn how to. Do we have to? I'm going to wash myself right now. Yeah, right, it could get hooked on the tap and strangle me. Fine, later then. And don't forget about the lineup. Pencils, paper, drawing lines. You don't forget such things. What lineup? What do you mean, what's lineup? She frowned. It's Monday today. Weird, by my approximation it should have been Sunday. Then again, a shift on the day of the week is hardly the worst thing. Usually we have lineups early in the morning before breakfast, but it's Monday today, so we are having it at 12 o'clock. Don't be late. Alright, but where? At the square, where else? There was no reason to argue. I headed to the bathing place. I knew I could forget about separate showers and toilet, but the sight of this malfunctioning symptom of decadent socialism, a funny turtle with a tin shell, pale taps, and ceramic belly, I felt sick. I was not a squeamish person, but nevertheless, standing there, I realized that there was still some minimal level of habitual comfort which I found it troublesome to do without. It's often like that. When you lose things that you thought were ordinary or common, you suddenly understand just how essential they were. Stop complaining and go wash yourself! Don't you try to find justification to stay stinky. Screw this, as if I had any choice. The water was ice cold. While washing my hands was not an issue, washing my face and my mouth became a big problem. There was no toothpaste in the bag which Olga Dmitrievna gave me. I could brush my teeth without it, but there was a small round box wrapped in the towel. Tooth powder? Cute, 1 point for me being somewhere in the past. I washed myself quite quickly, also due to the ice-cold water. Someone was coming quickly, or more like running towards me. I turned around. Wait, I'm not naked, right? It was Slavia, dressed in a tracksuit. The girl would probably look good in anything. Pioneer uniform, bikini, probably even a spacesuit. Hey there! Ohio! Oh, fuck, the weeb. Ohio! What's it? Oh my god, the anti-Riz! The fucking anti-Riz. What do you mean, Ohio? What do you mean, Ohio? Fucking weeb. What do you mean, Ohio? I mean, what's up? Good morning, yeah. Oh yeah, real smooth. Why didn't you come for breakfast? I overslept. I said it as if I was proud of it. Hell yeah, I overslept. Chat face. But Olga Dmitrievna gave me some sandwiches. Oh, great then. Don't forget about the lineup. Yeah, sure. As if I could forget. Damn, she has some big eyes. Don't you think? Right, I got around. Enjoy yourself. She waved goodbye to me and disappeared around the pass band. Looks like it's a couple of minutes until the lineup. I should quickly pass by my home and drop off my washing bag and eat the sandwiches, and then head to the square. I swung open the door of the camp leader's cabin and rushed inside, as if jumping into the last car of a departing train. It didn't turn out to be the best idea, because inside I felt Olga Dmitrievna, who was changing. I froze on the spot, trying not to breathe. Finally, the camp leader noticed me. Simeon! I looked away immediately. Have you heard of knocking? Now get out! No picture. Oh. Huh. Yeah, that was real clumsy. Although I did enjoy the sight. My god, Dmitrievna followed me out in a minute. Here, take this. Now it is your home too. She handed me a key. I put it in my pocket. Home. Of course, if you disregard how fantastical the current events were, this camp was far from being the worst place on earth, but to call it home. Typical MC behavior. Just after one day spent here. I doubt I'll ever be able to do so. Alright, let's go, we're late. But what about the sandwiches? Just eat them on the way. We were passing along the lines of the pioneers' cabins while I was talking into the ham sandwiches, and Olga Dmitrievna kept on talking and talking. She was buzzing like a game of Operation with Parkinson's. But I cared about nothing but the food. Understood? Sure, whatever you say. Huh? You weren't listening! Today's the first day of your new life as a pioneer. And you should do your best so that it becomes a happy life. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm serious, a pioneer has many duties. Great responsibility is conferred upon him to participate in social work, to help his juniors, to study, and study again. We here are all like one big family. And you will become a part of it. Yeah, part. I'd even sign a party membership card if it could save me from listening to this nonsense. I hope that after your term here is over, you'll keep the most pleasant memories from our camp. Memories that will last your whole life. And when will this term end? Why do you keep asking silly things? It seems I won't get any information from her. A shame, really. This world appears to be so friendly, but it never bothered to introduce itself to me. Perhaps now I can take things somewhat easier than yesterday. It seems like I have some unspoken ceasefire with it. It wasn't trying to hurt me, but I'm forbidden from asking questions. Of course, the situation isn't a pleasant one, but what can I do about it? A bad peace is better than a good dispute. The most important thing for you now is to make the best of the time you will spend here. I'll do my best. Honestly, I was very tired of this conversation. It would be good to know where that here is. But we came to the square. The pioneers were already lined up. Is somebody not here yet? Nope, all here. She looked around at her brave pioneer troops. Alright, go stand somewhere. Weird. Why did she tell me there are no more sleeping places? While the chief was running her mouth about our plans for the week, I stared at the people. A few heads away from me stood Electronic, a little further Lena and Slavia, and at the end of the line, Olyana and Alisa. Everyone I had met was here. Olga Dmitrievna spoke about competitions, and I turned my attention to the monument. Yanda. Oh my god, look at these kissable lips! I think you don't see it because of the chat position. Let me move it. Look at these kissable lips. Oh my god. Maybe we're doing the electronic route. Maybe we're doing the electronic route today. Pretty smackable if you ask me. We continue. Could not remember any revolutionary with a similar name. He had a weird posture too. As if he was looking around with distrust, maybe contempt, or even disdain. Probably some local leader. Daydreaming again? Slavia brought me back to reality. All good meat gymnasts stood nearby. Still remember the plan for the week? The plan? I will never forget the plan! Anything but the plan! Perfect! She looks at Slavia. Did you bring it? Yes. Slavia handed me a piece of paper. It's a checklist. Here are 4 tasks to check off. Do it all today. Before you start, sign up for a club. There are some clubs in the clubhouse, and a musical club in the separate building. Then visit the infirmary. And finally visit the library. Got it? Yes. The checklist seemed to be a good chance to find out something, since I had to go to places I haven't seen before. Then come on, start right now. What about lunch? Don't worry, I'll bring you more sandwiches. The checklist is more important. Good luck. They departed too fast for me to ask anything else. Missed breakfast, now I'll miss lunch too. Oh my god, this poor guy is starving. This ain't good. Maybe I'll manage it in time somehow. Lunch starts at 1 p.m. Then again, if I'll go there, I might miss a place from the checklist. Okay, it's too early to go to the canteen anyway. Ooh. We can move freely. Where are we going? Where do you want to go, Stardust? I'll let you pick. You know, I'll have some fruit because that Simeon starving made me hungry as well. Where the food at? Can we go to the canteen? Can we? Kitchen, dining hall. We can. You know what? I will make a bowl while I'm snacking on fruit. Because why not? Clubhouse. A music club. A dining hall. Or a library. Where are we going? Where are you going? Oh, infirmary too. It also was well, you don't have. We are not going to the infirmary. I'm sorry. Music club? Music, trust me, guys. I remember what happens in the music club. Yeah, okay, there's a lot of people who know in the chat. Okay, music club then. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and impulse. We are going to the music club. Let's go. The music club, a small one-level building, was located some distance from the other camp buildings. I opened the door and entered without hesitation. There were enough instruments for a whole orchestra here. Drums, guitars, even a piano. I spent some time looking closely at every instrument, wanting to guess the time period they were from, but suddenly I heard a crawling sound coming from underneath the piano. This is what you wanted to see. This is why you voted the music club. I knew it. This is what you wanted. A girl seems like she was looking for something. She was standing on all fours in such a suggestive pose that I hesitated to speak at first. Excuse me. Ah, who's there? Oh my god, that sounded painful. She tried to stand up, but the bottom of the piano prevented her from doing so. That sounded very painful. Okay. She struggled out. Sorry, I scared you. It's nothing. Should I voice Miku like as if it was like actual Vocaloid with a robotic voice? It's nothing. Oh, you got a checklist. You must be new here. Ah, yes. My name is Miku. No, really, I'm serious. Nobody believes me. But it's my real name. My mother is Japanese. Miku da yo. My dad met her when I was her building. When he was her building. Well, it wasn't him who was building. He was an engineer. And he was working on a nuclear power plant there. Oh, damn. A bridge. Whatever. She was talking so fast she swallowed half the word she tried to pronounce. Yeah, do I sound like Miku? So accurate. I'm Simeon. Great, want to be in our club? It's only me here now, but it will be two of us then. Do you play anything? When I became antisocial, I bought a guitar and learned a few chords. But then I forgot about it, since I quit everything that required more than a couple of hours to learn. You know, I wasn't planning to do anything like that, really. Okay, reading like a Vocaloid star, and I'm sorry. Oh, it's okay, I'll teach you. Maybe a trumpet, for example. How about a violin? I know it all, honestly. There was no point in arguing with the orchestra girl, since there was only one cascade of words waiting to blast at me. Yeah, I'll think about it. Can you just sign it for now? Yes, yeah, sure, give it to me. Be sure to come around. I sing too. I'll sing you some Japanese folk songs. Or maybe if you're not into that, something more contemporary. Sure. Thanks, gotta go now. Of course, come anytime. Come anytime. The end of her sentence stayed inside. It might be nice to hang around with the guitar in the evening, but in such company. I turned to leave and came face to face with Alisa. She eyed me suspiciously. Why did you come? Why did we come, Stardust? Yeah, sure, the checklist, but why to the music? Why to the music club? Why did we come here? More than half the Stardust voted this. Why? Why? Tell me why. I was so thrilled to. No. I'm staring at you, Stardust, right now. I'm staring at you right now. The checklist. Got it signed? Yes. Then move it. Alisa went inside, and I hurried to leave the place. Okay, where are we going next? I'll let you decide. Clubhouse, dining hall, infirmary, or library. Where are we going next? First time. Yeah. I love blueberries so much. I also have some chocolate. But I want fruit right now. The library wanted to see some nerd girls. You already have me. Actually, you already have me. Do I not look nerdy enough to you? Clubhouse. Infirmary. I'll give you time to decide. I'll give you time. You are nerdy? Then say a random fact. Did you know that fuck no, I'm sorry, I'm not a nerd. I cannot multitask. I'm eating right now. I cannot think of anything. My brain is occupied with food. Don't laugh me. At least I'm not a nerd. Nerd card revoked. Wearing glasses for the aesthetic. Okay, infirmary and impo. We're going to the infirmary. What's the point of visiting the infirmary? My health was fine. The fresh local air clearly did me some good. I felt fresher than usual. But I just have to visit it. I entered. A common infirmary, like my school doctor's room. Guys, what do you think will happen here? I have some memories about this. I do remember some stuff about the infirmary. What do you think will happen here? A middle-aged woman sat at the table. Now we're getting the real MILFs! She was a nurse. She gazed intently at me, assessing me while continuing to write something. Well, hello, pioneer, said the nurse without being distracted from her work. Good afternoon, ma'am. I have something. Sit down, please. I looked around the room. On the couch. I sat down. Strip. She said it. She said all of it with an even tone. What for? To inspect. To auscultate. To check on your health, you know? By the way, my name is Violetta, but you can call me Viola. She turned to me. What are you waiting for? Strip. I have no health issues. I got this. I immediately gave her the paper. Later. Help! She took the stethoscope off her neck, seeming like she intended to probe me with it. But then someone knocked on the door. The nurse answered unwillingly. Come in. In a moment, the door opens widely. An electronic rushed inside. Hello, I fell during the football game. Nonsense, of course. I'm okay, but Olga Dmitrievna... There was a massive bruise on the electronic's eye. Oh my god! I thought this could be a football injury. Electronic. What did you call Alisa this time? Sit down, I'll have a look. She said to him. And you, pass me your checklist. The nurse quickly signed it and continued. If something hurts, come to me immediately, pioneer. I decided not to answer and went out, closing the door behind me. That nurse is surely something else. Where are we going next? Where are we going next? Start the poll. Library. Clubhouse. And we can't go to the dining hall anymore. Where are we going? Where are we going, huh? Did we skip lunch? It's over. We did skip lunch. We're starving once again. Why are there two clubhouses on the map though? I think it's the same. It's the same. Like when you click it, it's the same. It's just like two buildings. Okay, we're going to the library. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 3. What the fuck? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pull. Library. We're going to the library. Let's go. Nice content, thank you. Okay, yeah, see, it's the same. Okay, I'll go into the library. Actually, I love reading, but spending my days in a library under the current circumstances was well beyond my scope. But I'd better hurry up with this checkpoint. Книга, учитель, близкий товарищ, друг. But basically says the book is your comrade, is your close friend. As I stepped inside, a memory from my childhood emerged in my head. It was very vivid. I'm 7 or 8 years old. I'm at the library with my mother. While she's looking through the books I might need for my studies, I'm sitting in the corner and looking through their collection of comic books. Back then I didn't know why they had so many, or why couldn't I take some with me. The notion of collective property was something my mind hadn't grasped yet at that age. However, back then, the whole concept of property was pretty hazy to me. This memory seemed even stranger now, while I was standing in this particular camp, where they might have managed to build communism in 3 years. Soviet symbolism was all over the place, and the shelves were full of related literature. Of course, I wasn't planning to read any of this. Getting acquainted with a full collection of books by Marx was the last thing on earth I would think of. Where's the librarian? He just wants to meet more cute girls. I didn't spend much time looking for her. She eeping. I looked closely. Short hair, thick glasses, rather cute face. Of course she's wearing glasses! She was snoring so peacefully. I couldn't just wake her up. I can wait. If she doesn't wake up in half an hour, maybe then. I couldn't just sit there, so I took a random book from the nearest bookshelf. Arthur Schopenhauer, The World as Will and Representation. I opened it roughly in the middle and started reading. The life of a man, with its endless upkeep once and suffering, is to be regarded as the explanation and paraphrase of the procreative act, i.e., the absolute claim of the will to live. And furthermore, it is also... What the fuck am I reading? My brain is slowly dying when I'm trying to read this. Is this not evidence for our existence of God? ESL, no, that is not ESL. This is not ESL. I remember the same thing happened to me while I was trying to read this part in Russian. And any rights always exist from time to time. This is the fear of death. Purest expressions of affirmation, gentle, tender it is. There's happiness for all. TLDR. Someone knocked on the door. I closed the book quickly and put it back in its place. That's a nice habit, knocking on the door. I should pick it up. It was Lena. Oh. Hi. I smiled. Hi, I just wanted to return a book. She had the copy of Gone with the Wind that I saw yesterday. Oh, Zenya's sleeping. I'll come back later. I'm awake! I turned around in surprise to look at her. She's indeed awake. She eyed me closely from behind her table. What is it you wanted? I need you to check here. Give it here. She quickly signed the paper and gave it back to me. She had this look on her face that made me want to keep quiet. Lena came up to her to return her book and thanked Zhenya and went out. Okay, and now we're going to the clubhouse. I went to the clubhouse. To tell the truth, I never really liked extracurricular activities. At school, I used to find any excuse to skip extra classes. At university, I had no interest in participating in the student council. I wasn't interested in boxing, iron modeling, or sewing. So I came here just to check off the box. Nobody was there. I found myself in something like a hut of a junior robot enthusiast. There were wires and simple printed circuits scattered everywhere, chips, and on the table proudly stood an oscillograph. I heard voices from another room, and then two pioneers appeared. Ooh. Looking at the kissable lips again. Did they make the lips like that on purpose? Just look at them. They look so juicy. They look so juicy, so plumpy. One was electronic, and the other one I didn't know. Hi, Simeon. We've been expecting you. Now it's boys' time. It seems he knows everything about everyone. Why were you expecting me? Why you didn't me? Well, of course, because you came to sign up to our cybernetics club, didn't you? He didn't let me answer. And this is Shurik. He's in charge here. I assume there's only two of you in the club? Well, you can say that it's free now. Shurik came up to me and assertively offered his hand. His face was somewhat familiar. Welcome to the club. Yup. Now, I'll show you around. Make yourself at home. Guys, I just wanted to. We're always welcoming new members. But the new members never want to be welcomed here. He said it in such a way that the anthem of the Soviet Union suddenly started playing in my head. Союз неразделенных республик свободных. It's amazing. I even remembered the words. In the first grade, I had a textbook with the lyrics in the back. Oh no, I just wanted to just sign my checklist. Yeah, please sign up to the club. We'll sign your checklist. Hey, this is not a trade. He grinned. Seems I'm staying with the boys. I have no choice. I was getting ready for a long and boring argument, but then I heard someone enter. I looked back and saw Slavia. Look at these three slabs. Ah, Simeon, I hope they're not giving you any trouble. She narrowed her eyes, looking at the future of the motherland's robotics industry. I know this too. They can. Actually, I just need to get my checklist signed. I decided to take advantage of the situation. No problem, give it to me. So I took the paper and marched up to Shurik. Sign it. Hold on, we're not done yet. I'm sorry that he has such a stupid voice. You're done. Sign it now. She gave Shurik such a threatening look that it made him lose every possible objection. He wrote some squiggles on the checklist. I thanked Slavia, and I moved on in a mellow mood. Finally, I got all the signatures. Now I had to go back to Olga Dmitrievna and give it to her. She was sitting in front of her cabin, reading the book. Doesn't look like a good role model for the perfect pioneer that she was planning to turn me into. I wonder if her responsibilities extended beyond giving furious speeches at the line-up, scolding Uliana and getting involved into my moral, physical, and ideological growth. Here, I offered her my checklist. She placed it in her pocket without even looking at the signatures. Great, I could have signed it myself without going anywhere. Perfect, so did you meet our nurse? Yes, I did. Yes. For some reason, her question sends shivers down my spine. Which club have you signed up for? I didn't, I need to think first. That's a pity. It's vital for you to sign in somewhere tomorrow. Of course, sure. Alright, it's time to go to dinner. About time, I was getting hungry. Dinner. I headed to the canteen together with Olga Dmitrievna. I looked at the sky and noticed that sun was already setting. On the porch stood Alisa, Electronic, Uliana, and Slavia. As we came up, I heard what they were talking about. And never call me Dvachi again, or you'll get another one. I didn't call you that, you're hearing things. He did, I heard it all. You weren't even there. She just wants trouble. I was, in the bushes. Come on, you guys, stop it. So it wasn't a football injury Electronic suffered earlier today. The nurse did a good job. I couldn't even see his black eye. Olga Dmitrievna came up to them and asked about the ruckus. What happened? Alisa and Chizikov. I didn't do anything. She shrugged with antipathy and went inside. Right, dinner time. I entered last. There weren't too many free seats. There were 3 fruit chairs near Alisa, across the canteen, but I'd sooner starve for a week or two than risk my head near her. There was also a seat near Uliana, but I'm not into traditional Chinese, whatever Kroll's cuisine. Finally, a free chair near Miku. Looks like I'll have to pick my poison. You mind if I sit here? Oh yeah, sure. No, I don't mind. Yeah, you can sit here. I sat down. Look, it's baklava today. Do you like baklava? And chicken. I don't like chicken. Well, not that I don't like it. But if you'd ask me, I would prefer, say, stroganoff beef or ragout. No, maybe just a hamburger or a rump stick. Do you like rump stick? I'm not that picky about my food. And that's the simple truth. Oh, is that so? But the desserts, they aren't really good here. I like ice cream. Do you like ice cream? I just love 48 cupcakes and Leningradskaya. Oh, sorry, I keep talking about myself. 48 Kopecks. That's ice cream brands popular in the late Soviet Union. Maybe you like Eskimo better? Dino was starting to get on my nerves thanks to such company. He's so mean. He was always so mean to Miku. I don't know why. I still remember it from the first time I played it. He was always so mean to Miku, and I hate it because I love Miku in this game. Yeah, she's so cute. Miku are beloved. Yes, Miku are beloved. Yes, Miku are beloved. She's the best girl here. How is he so mean to her? Why he's a lonely man? That's why he's a lonely man. She's so friendly. Yeah, she's so sweet. And I'm not the kind of person that can just ignore someone who's talking to them. Even her. We're at the same table after all. You know, I unspot a waffle cone and started eating, and then you know what? I found a screw there, a real screw. Can you imagine that? Or it was a bolt, I don't know. Screws are those that you tighten with screwdrivers, and bolts are those that you turn with a wrench, yes? If there was a speed eating contest going on, I would probably be in top 3 winners by now. Right, I'll be going. Enjoy your meal. I got up and headed outside. So mean! So fucking mean! He's espantaviejas. Spanish speakers, did you already explain to the chat what espantaviejas means? It's basically anti-riz. Nicole said something, but her words were drowned by the crowd of loudly dining pioneers. So he just left her talking by herself. My God. I went out and sat on the stairs, waiting for my dinner to settle down a bit. I just sat there and watched night falling. Everything is so lively here during the day. Kids laughing and yelling happily, fooling and running around, constant chatter, games going on, and swimming at the beach. But after dark, the camp changes entirely. The sounds of day were swapped for silence, only now and then broken by crickets chirping or a night bird. The camp was going to sleep. In every shadow you could see things, maybe a ghost or a spirit of the forest or a wild animal. A human being would be the last thing to expect. That is how it looked last night, and now. The locals followed their routine very strictly. In the day, the camp was theirs. In the night, it belonged more to the forces of nature than to humans. Someone touched my shoulder. I looked back. Okay, it was electronic. This is a beautiful evening. Don't you think, electronic? Do I look just as beautiful as the evening? Or do you think I will be electronic? You can be honest. A good evening with the homies. Kiss you, you know what they say. Kiss your homies before going to sleep. Let's go play cards. Cards? Yeah, Pie invented a new game. A good one. Good? Like how? Well, first we got to find the cards, then I'll tell you. Then go find them, what's the problem? Only Olga Dmitrievna has them, and she won't give them to me. Why so? Well, the last time when Olga Dmitrievna and Slavia came out onto the porch. Olga Dmitrievna, Semyon just wanted to ask you about the possibility of getting playing cards. Actually, for what purpose? For playing, duh! We invented the new game. Wait, what purpose did electronic like? What did he use the cards for? We invented the new game. Not we, you did. What game? I need the cards to show you. I don't like this. Well, if Semyon is with you, then perhaps it's okay. To be really honest, I'll go fetch them together, Olga Dmitrievna. Go get the cards with Slavia, go alone. What are we doing? 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 With? Of course we're going with Slavia. Of course. If you don't mind. Sure, let's go. We headed towards my cabin. Roughly halfway there, Slavia stopped. Hey, I just remembered the cards are in my cabin. Good timing. And where's that? It's just down this road. Let's go. We reached a cabin that, in fact, looked more like a trailer. Just wait here a minute, I'll be back. It took her just a few seconds to come back. There. She showed me a deck of pretty worn-out cards. This must be marked in and out. That's unsportsmanlike. What happened to fair play? Tell me about it. It's hard to cheat when you don't know the rules. Shall we go? Let's go. On our way back, I decided to try and find out about something. How long have you been here? In this camp? About a week. I see. And where did you come from? I'm from the north. That is, the cold north. She looked at me and smiled. Looks like nobody in this camp is inclined to answer even the most innocent of questions. I tried to approach from another angle. And what do you like? What do you mean? Oh, your hobbies? Oh, I like nature. Strange, she's not very talkative today for some reason. Nature? I see. Want to become a natural historian? More like a normal historian. I was always interested in our nation's history. That would suit her well indeed. It appeared that among all the locals, she was the only one who had nothing to hide. What if she came here just like me and simply could not trust anyone enough to tell? I tried testing the waters. The waters. And why did you choose this camp? I didn't. My parents got a voucher for me from their work. Another filler. Well, if you could choose, it's nice here. I don't think I would choose some other place if I could. Here it's like you are becoming another person. This wasn't how I saw it. What do you mean another person? It's just that there's so many possibilities. You can learn so much, meet so many new interesting people here. Now she started to sound like our chief, which raised a red flag for me. What do you mean? I decided to stop with the questions for now. What do you mean red flag? When we came back, Olga Dmitrievna told Slavia. I just remembered that the cards were at your place. That's okay, we got it. Good, good. Slavia and Olga Dmitrievna went inside. I was going to follow, but someone grabbed my hand. Alisa. Her gaze sent a shiver down my spine. Not a nice one. You want something? I asked carefully. You're going to play this stupid game? Yes, something wrong with that? Nothing. She was starting to leave, but then slowly looked back and smiled. So you play cards? A little. I couldn't figure out what she wanted. So only Durak, and that's it. Durak, card game popular in USSR, similar to Presidents. Actually, Durak in Russian means stupid. It means silly. It means Dumbo. As if you're a poker star. Well, yes, technically. Then you don't have a chance. Why? Because! So you know the rules? Of course! Well, then you'll have the upper hand. I couldn't see why would we go on talking and motion towards the door. Why do you keep trying to leave? Is there anything else you'd like to talk about? Let's make a bet. What do you mean? You're such a slowpoke. The cards, what else? And what do you want to bet on? That's how, Len. That's quite a possible outcome. I agreed calmly. So, are you afraid? No, I'm not. I'm not big on bets when I don't like my chances. And you're not big on taking risks too. Such an astute observation. I'm impressed. Right, then I... No, you're not. Now what? A sigh in exhaustion. She was starting to annoy me with her rubbish talk about some pointless bet. If you want bets with me, I'll tell everyone that you tried to seduce me. What? You heard me. I could imagine her doing this. Don't be stupid. Who's gonna believe you? I've been here less than 2 days besides. Want to try your luck? Right. And what will happen if I win? I won't tell anyone anything. That's a fair trade. And if I lose? Slowpoke mode again? I'll tell everyone you tried to seduce me. I told you already. So you're telling me now that I have to work to prove that I didn't do something when I didn't actually do it? If that's how you want to look at it. Not a simple decision. On one hand, it's so stupid to agree. I didn't know the rules and gambling wasn't my thing. On the other hand, she could really make my life hell. Then again, can I even trust her? She can't do it even if I win. So, have you made a decision? I was going to answer, but suddenly Lena came around me from behind. What? Nothing. Oh. Lena hurried inside. So? What are we doing? Are we betting? Or are we staying safe? What are we doing? Bet? Are we betting? Yeah? Safe? Bet? Okay, we're betting. I might regret it 100 times. Fine, I'll do it. She smiled. But if I win... Yeah, all fair, no cheating. Alyssa turned, went up the stairs and inside the canteen. Why am I doing this? Because she can set me up regardless if she wants to. Since she decided to anyway. I let out a heavy sigh and followed her through the door. Inside, everything was ready. A few pioneers stood here and there, chatting. The tables were moved out of the way to make room for players and spectators. I looked around. Something was going on in the far corner. When I came closer, I saw a large piece of paper with a diagram drawn on it. My name was among the players. And who came up with all this? I patted Electronic, who was standing near. Well, of course it was your most humble servant. He bowed to me jokingly. This made me uncomfortable to the point of squirming. Oh my god, looking so ominous here. And why in the world am I among the players then? I was disappointed. A few seconds ago, I thought I still had a slim chance to evade this tournament. Then I wouldn't have to fear Alice's revenge for losing the bet with her. But now that hope was gone. It was pure coincidence. Yeah, right, coincidence, except that I was already acquainted with everyone of the contestants. Well, there were a few dozen other pioneers standing in the room. I was seized by anxiety. It's the feeling of being watched while standing in an empty room with no windows and doors. Will there be a prize? I asked him lazily. I wanted to distract myself with a pointless conversation. Electronic was just about to answer when Oliana came out of nowhere and started jumping around him. Prizes! I heard something about prizes! Do you know what is the main ethos of the Olympic Games? It's not the winning but the taking part that counts. And what? No. You'll understand when you grow up. She made a wry face and jabbed electronic in the ribs. So what's about the price? Well, I don't know. It's not up to me. He made a helpless gesture. Really, if they come up with this stupid game, at least they could give the winner a chocolate medal or something. Uliana suddenly jumped and raced off to somewhere. I wish I was that optimistic. So what about the rules? Wait a bit. Not everyone is here yet. I looked around canteen. Alisa, Slavia, Lena, Miku, and Shurik were here. Seems like everyone is here. Not everyone, Jenny isn't here. Does he feel uneasy, or is it just me? She's not here, so what? Pick someone else instead. No, I can't do that, he answered slowly. I decided not to ask exactly why can't he do this. I'll go fetch her something, I don't know. He can't go, he is the host of the event. The camp leader appeared as if from nowhere. But Olga Dmitrievna? Electronic line. Simeon will go. Okay, it's decided then. Right, Simeon? She looked at me and smiled. Of course, who else? Where is she? In the library, I guess. Okay. I dragged my feet towards the door. Please hurry. What's electronics problem anyway? Night is coming soon. I was going to take my time, so I slowly paced towards the library. But I found Jenny before I even expected. She was sitting on a bench at the square, staring at Genda, who was silent as always. What are you doing here? Everyone is looking for you. Sitting here, as you can see. She frowned. Well, let's go. I don't want to. She looked away. Why not? I don't want to. I sat beside her. Listen, I don't like the idea of this contest myself, but we can't let everyone down. I surely didn't sound like myself there. A couple of days ago, I wouldn't even think of saying something like that. Zenya looked at me with surprise on her face. So everyone is waiting for me? Isn't that exactly what I said? Yes. I won't go anyway. She frowned and hid her face. But why? I gestured with my arms, wondering. I don't know how to play cards. So what? Same problem here? Then how can you play? What, you can only do things that you read about in books or something? Of course. An actual nerd. She was surprised. And what if you end up in Antarctica and have to rely on hunting polar bears to survive? Polar bears don't live in Antarctica. Actually, to your information. Jenny smiled with her front teeth. Doesn't matter, it's just an example. Come on, it's not like someone's life depends on the result. She took her time to think. I just don't want to let anyone down. Right, I agreed sarcastically. And don't you think anything funny about that? I didn't get what she meant, but anyway. Obviously, everyone has their weak spots. In a minute, we both were back at the canteen. Everyone looked at electronic. So, he cleared his throat. Each round consists of one game. In case of a draw, you replay the game. After this, the loser drops out and the next round begins. Since the number of volunteers, he looked at me. Since the number of players is just 8 volunteers, we'll have only 3 rounds. Is everything clear? The crowd cheered. And what are the prizes? The prizes, what are they? Liana cut it out. Slider stepped forward and tried to catch Liana. I won't rest until the prize is mine. Seems like this girl alone had enough energy for a warp jump to Alpha Centauri. Prizes! Prizes! She repeated it over and over. Stop it. Slava tried to reason with her. Electronics seemed to be getting dizzy from all this running around. Let's start already. I said calmly and out of Juliana. Or you won't get any prizes. Looks like my argument got through her, so she took her place. Slavia followed her, giving me a grateful smile as she passed. The pioneers finally settled down. I approached the table that Lena sat behind. You don't mind? She looked up and blushed. Oh, whoa! Don't worry. I don't know the rules myself. And how can I be sure that it's not only myself? I sat down. Turns out we'll have to play the first round together. Yes. Finally, Electronics started to explain the rules. Look at the cards carefully. Is this? What anime is this? Is this Lucky Star? What is this anime? What is this anime? Look at the cards carefully. There are exactly 6 of them in front of you. They will have a hard time thinking, what do you mean? What do you mean? What are you implying with that? Hope everyone here knows how to count. I do know how to count. Now you can look at them. After everyone had a look at their cards, Electronic moved on. What the fuck? It looks like Fuyo. A cursed Fuyo. You don't see it, wait. It's Fuyo eating her lucky charms. People can accurate Fuyo. It's Fuyo eating her lucky charms. The rules here are similar to poker. I hope everyone knows how to play. I knew the rules but wasn't so sure about the others. First of all, it's a top card. Then 1 pair, then 2 pairs, then 3 of a kind. And so on. No flushes or strays though. In the first round, you choose a card which you would like to take from your opponent. In turn, your opponent can choose to swap 2 of his cards around twice. Or he can choose not to do so if he doesn't need the card which you are taking. Take a note here that your opponent can see which cards are trading places. In the next step, your opponent takes a card he chooses. And so on. I think it's pretty clear. It wasn't too clear to me. Hey you, Einstein! Juliana yelled at him from her table. I didn't get a thing! Thank you, Juliana. It's not just me. You'll figure it out as we go. Electronic went to the table with the diagram, leaving Juliana to smolder in solitude. You go first. I hoped I could get my mind around the game fast enough. Lena, more perplexed than usual, reached out for my cards. In the middle of the table, her hand stopped. Will you? Oh yeah, I should be protecting my card. What was it Electronic said? To try to confuse my opponent, I can swap 2 of my cards twice. Or I can choose not to. Should I protect it or not? By the way, I can also agree and give her the card she chooses straight away. Otherwise, Lena can change her mind and take another card if she wants to. Or she might not. What if I... What should I do? These are the same type. Maybe I should protect her. I will swap it with this. And then... So thinking. Oh, she took the Fuyo. She took the Fuyo away. Things were becoming clear. Or at least comprehensible. Now it's my turn. I can take back my card from her. Or I can choose another one. Are we taking back the Fuyo? Then I can try and protect her card. But if I watch her closely, I can take the card I choose regardless of her movements. I mean, it's the same one. Why did you move these? Why did you move these? I want this one. Cute card. I made it! Electronic, who was silently watching our game, nodded in approval. Looks like now we're getting somewhere. Now, during the round, opponents trade cards 3 times. Keep an eye on each other. Penetrate your opponents with your eyes. Do what? I toggled penetrate. That's so funny. Oh, never mind. I tried to keep a straight face. He stared at me for a moment, then moved on. Most immature MC, I know, right? Imagine. Who would laugh on that? And then we turn the cards up to see whose hand is better. Electronic went back to his diagram. Это победа! This means this is a win. What card do I not want? Let me see. You know what? I'm giving it to you. Are you protecting it? Are you protecting it? I want this card. No, I don't want to give you this one. I'll switch it for this one. I'll switch it for this. Like... Yeah, take this one. I don't want it. Why do you want it back? Okay. Oh, no, I don't want that. Yeah. What? I got it back? Oh, I won? Amazing. I'm good at this game. Hehe. I won! Look! Not rigged at all. Not rigged. It was all my brain. And now I win. Yes. I won. Seriously, it's hard to play a game that was made up on the spot and not by yourself either. But I won. No luck on the skill, exactly. Only brain involved here. Although the moment of glory was tainted by the fact that it was Leda who was a loser. She's not very confident in general, but now she's lost. I'm too embarrassed to even look at her now. Ooh, I'm sorry. Probably I should have lost to boost her self-esteem. But I have a bet with Alisa. Meanwhile, Electronic proudly announced that the first round is over. A list of those who made it into the second round appeared on the scheme after a little while. Semi-final pairs consisted of Alisa versus Zhenya and Uliana versus me. A dumb sigh escaped me. It's over. Uliana immediately took a seat in front of me. Ha! She glared at me, grinning. How did you manage to outplay Lena? Cheated, perhaps? I'm not you. I just know how to play cards. At least that's what I want her to believe. And how could you outplay Shurik? Ah! Rihanna waved her hand, showing how easy it was. I threatened to join his club. She grinned yet again. Would you hold back too? Not a chance. Huh. Then I'll choose which card I'll give to you myself. Did you hear the rules? Ah, screw them. It looked like she really didn't care. Okay, but I choose the cards to give to you too. Deal! Inspired by my victory in the first round, I ventured upon this dangerous move. I could have argued, appealed to electronic, and eventually had my own way, but somehow I felt truly confident in the outcome of this round. Yes, we were breaking the rules, but I was in the same boat as Uliana. I looked up at electronic. It's time to begin the semifinals, he commanded. I carefully checked my cards, ensuring that Uliana couldn't see them. Okay. I'm giving this one to you. Okay. I'm giving this one to you. Don't want this stinky card. I don't want this one either. Take it back. 10? I want long cat. So cute. Hey, big brain little. One again. Hell yeah. Super big brain. Hey, this isn't fair. You should have held back and lost. She angrily puffed up her cheeks, making her resemble Humpty Dumpty. Let's have a rematch, but this time you have to hold back, got it? It wasn't only me who heard her, but the entire room. It was electronic. No rematches allowed. Liana completely ignored him. You have to lose. I don't have the slightest intention of playing with you for a second time, I said calmly. Fine, you want it that way? Yes, that way. Then I'll put the world out that you sexually harassed Alisa. Oh no! Oh, why does everything come back to that? She whispered. What? Why Alisa? Why does it come back to that? I leaned over the table and gave her a menacing glare. So, you've been eavesdropping? I just heard it while passing by. Anyway, it's much better to play an extra round than... She can certainly do that. I'll sign an appeal to electronic. Not a problem, we'll have a quick rematch. Whatever. He shrugged. So the rematch has started. What do I do now? What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? No matter what happens, that outcome is the same. That outcome is the same. Win? You win? Okay, I will win. If you win, you lose. If you lose, you lose exactly. Okay. I'm giving you this one. Got the Fuyo. Taka. I'm giving it back to you. I'm giving this one back to you. I won? Easy peasy. I sat and reclined on my seat. That's not fair! I hope she won't demand another rematch. How come? I chuckled. Okay. Said Liana aggrievedly and got up from the table. I studied the tournament scheme closely, trying to understand who's going to be my final rival. At the same moment, Alyssa took place at my table. It's over. I pulled a dumb, free and smile. Like I'm afraid of her. Congratulations. Expecting to win? I'm expecting that you'll keep your promise. Okay, let's roll. Okay, I'm giving you this one. No, I'm giving you this one. Yeah! I'm a Trilog. Are you protecting it, huh? No, I don't want this card. You tricked me. Ah, yeah, I'm giving it to you. I don't want it. Which one is this one? What? I don't have doubles. Oh, I have 9 and 9. That's nice. Yeah. Take the 8. Ooh! I won! Let's go! Let's go, let's go! Super skillful little, hell yeah. Not luck at all. Not tricked at all. Hooray, he won! But let Alyssa know who rules the roost here. That means that betting with her wasn't a waste. Now the only thing left is to hope that she will not spread the false gossip because of her loss. Damn, they have skill issue. Suddenly I got the desire to celebrate my own victory and have a dip at the beach. To tell the truth, I do not really know how to swim, but the possibility of diving into the cool water under the moonlight seems attractive. He's so fucking happy. GG. After all, I spent the whole of yesterday in my winter clothes, and surely you could nicely wring the sweat out of me. Yes, please take a bath. In the evening, no one should be here, so I took off all my clothes except my underpants and entered the water. If I only knew, I would have taken my swimming trunks along. Usually it was enough for me to swim for 15-20 meters, but this time the euphoria of my victory spurs me on to break this record. I swam slowly and tactfully, watching every movement of my arms and legs and keeping my breath steady. All of a sudden, wham! A strike on my back sent me underwater. Oh my god. I started to drown but managed to force myself to jump out and grab the nearby buoy. It's the revenge. I turned and saw Alyssa swimming after me. What the hell are you doing? What am I doing? I'm the winner. And what if I started drowning? Well, I'd save you. Oh, of course. It was just too dangerous to stay here. She could easily sink me again. I gathered all my strength and swam to the shore. And slowly started to catch my breath. Beach sand stuck to my body from head to toe. Respectfully, looking at her eyes. After some time, Alyssa came out of the water. You know, you swim well. I wouldn't say so. Yeah, you too. Well, wasn't that obvious? I said nothing. You won twice against me today. That means I will forget 2 of your debts. What kind of debts is she talking about? It looks like Alyssa has a problem with evaluating reality. Thanks a lot, I said sarcastically. You know, you're not as much of a loser as I thought. Alyssa was wearing a swimsuit that perfectly emphasized the beauty of her figure. Well, taking into account all the flaws in her personality, at least this advantage of hers couldn't be taken away. No. Missy, you're 30. Ah, no, Missy got to second. It's fine. Missy got to second. It's not 30 anymore. Since when did I become a loser? She smiled cunningly. What's wrong? Aren't you one? Of course not. How will you prove it? I don't have to prove anything. Oh, so is that it? She said without any anger. Yes, that's it. Silence was expected. The lights wind gently played with the waves, sending them to the shore and taking them back after. Alisa was still looking through me as if it seemed she completely forgot about my presence. Hey, as to Alisa. Her lost look immediately switched back to her normal one. Anyway, bye-bye. She picked up her clothes lying nearby and left. It was late, but I decided to spend a little bit more time lying on my back and stargazing. After all, I didn't have that many opportunities for that before. Or I simply tried to avoid every opportunity. That's a lot of stars. I've never seen a sky like that. If I saw if the night was looking like that, I would stare at the stars as well. Well, if we think about it, the light from faraway stars reaches us only after millions of years. Right now I can see the star because it was shining back then, long in the past. And now this star is gone, already exploded. Wait a minute! She took my clothes too! Oh no! I got up and looked around the beach. No doubt about it, Alisa took my pioneer uniform. Damn it! And I was just starting to think that maybe she's not so spoiled. I need to come up with an idea quickly. Certainly I could go and complain to Olga Dmitrievna, but not to my wet underpants. I didn't know which cabin Alisa lives in either. And knocking on every door is certainly not a good idea. Maybe I should go to Slavia? Yes, of course, at night wearing my underpants. The only thing missing is a rose in my teeth. Overall, it looks like I'm screwed. In any case, I have to do something. I was lucky not so much time had passed since she left, so I could still catch up with Alisa. Hurry up! The fucking rose. In the blink of an eye, I found myself at the square. To my great surprise, Alisa was sitting on the beach, apparently bored. She had already changed. Give them back! Yeah, sure, take them. She muttered with a guilty tone and handed back my uniform. Don't think I was waiting for you on purpose or anything like that. Oh, that's actually cute. That's actually cute. Alisa turned her back and set off towards the cabins at easy pace. I was left standing riveted to the spot. I didn't expect such a twist. The guild did its job, perhaps. Fat chance. Anyway, it's better to keep away from here. And recent events do not change a thing. I headed to Olga Dmitrievna's cabin. Yes, actual tsundere. For the first time today, I finally felt how tired I was. There was no light in the window, so Olga Dmitrievna must have been sleeping already. Strangely enough, she waited for me yesterday. I entered the cabin, quietly stripped and laid on the bed. When you think about it, my situation hadn't gotten any clearer today. In fact, I've spent the whole day doing useless stuff. I would have never have even thought about doing something like this in the real world. Although I had plenty of time. How much time I would have here in total is still a mystery. Maybe an eternity, or maybe there are only few minutes left. I just didn't want to think about the past, about how I got to this camp. For the first time in a long while, I felt really tired. Not only emotionally tired, but also physically tired, psychologically tired, and God knows how else tired. I just wanted everyone and everything to shove off, starting with my own thoughts. I wanted this mess somehow resolved by itself, or at least without my active participation. And what if I'm stuck here forever? Then I'll have to get used to it. So just like that, I'm not ready. My consciousness slowly drifted away from me and it became progressively harder to concentrate on something distinct. Perhaps it's better to wait until tomorrow. I rolled over and fell asleep. Day 3. Okay, I think I will end the stream here. At the start of the new day. Save game. Yes. Save game. Good. Okay. Yes. So, are you enjoying the game? Have you played it before? From the ones who stayed here watching me play it. Have you played it before, or is it your first introduction to this visual novel? It was fun? Yeah? No? Never played before? Are you enjoying it? First introduction for me. I see. Are you enjoying it? Are you liking the game? I 100% of the game. Oh, that's a lot because it has a lot of endings, so doesn't it? I love it so much. I'm glad. First time, loved it. I'm glad. Then we can continue it next week. If you like it, then we can continue it next week. I would love to continue it as well. I'm also like very intrigued. Like even though I played it like a very long time ago, there's still a lot of things I don't remember. I don't really remember the story. The MC is so cringe. I know, right? The MC is super cringe. He has a lot of awkward moments. He's so fucking cringe. What about the spicy content there? I think it's not there's nothing that is too much that I can't show on stream. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. At least the last time I played it, I don't remember it having like very explicit scenes. Not gonna lie, the BC is just like me for real. No, please, don't compare yourself to the BC. You are you. BC is BC. You are not like him.
The only Sovi waifu we need is you, our small Sovi lolly alien less than 3.
But if I'm an alien, I can't be Soviet. Oh, I cannot do this. Pulled down by mic out of nowhere. Oh, maybe the fact that I was raised by a Soviet babushka makes me a Soviet alien. Maybe, yeah. I don't mind an alien. What do you mean I don't mind an alien? What does that even mean? What does that even mean I don't mind an alien? Okay, so it's... Okay, guys. Thing is, did you see my schedule already? Did you see my weekly schedule? There is one funny thing about my schedule. I think I messed up a little bit. You can open my Twitter and watch the schedule right now. Thing is, I had Everlasting Summer, so this at 6 p.m. and then I have Five Nights at Freddy's 4 at 12 a.m. next day. So, I just today realized that it's basically today. It's basically in 2 hours that I'm streaming it. I don't really want to change it. I think I didn't mean it like that, but I don't really want to change it because I already scheduled it like around the other schedules of the other girls who are streaming today. So it would be a little bit problematic to change that. So, guess even though I'm I'm finishing this stream. We'll see each other in 2 hours. Yes, you are allowed to little dot dot dot. You are indeed allowed to little dot dot dot. Arena, your sleep schedule, it's fine. It will be at 12 AM. I'm sorry! Hey, oh god. I don't even know who I'm saying sorry to. I'm sorry to myself. I'm just plain sorry to myself. Oh my god. A little moment indeed. Okay, so, but that is good news for you, isn't it? You don't have to miss the ditto, because we will see each other in only 2 hours. I will use this time to have dinner, to make the waiting room, and yeah. We'll see each other in 2 hours. Yeah, more little. Let's go. I have a test in 2 hours. Oh my god, good luck with your test. I really hope it goes well for you. I have to. Oh my god, the studying. Oh my god, the studying, bros. Oh my god. Oh my god, I hate studying. I'm so happy that I don't have to study nowadays. Good luck for everyone who has tests soon. I'm sending you all my luck. But for those who don't have to study, we'll see each other in 2 hours. Okay. So, see you. Oh, wait! Before I end, there's something I wanted to remind you. Riro. Oh.
I really liked your Fuyo cosplay.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to more drawing streams in the future. Also, the business binky sounds are super cute.
Oh, the business binky, I still have it on my table. You like the sounds. I do like the business binky. Probably one of my favorites. Yeah. So, oh. Thank you, Mr. Full, for the tip. My favorite girl. My favorite girl from this game, probably Miku. I'm a weeb, I know. Probably Miku. I just love Miku in this game so much. She's so sweet. She's so damn sweet. And from the other girls, I don't know. I just didn't see all their endings. I just didn't get to know a lot of girls. I remember doing the Slavia ending. Yeah, I remember doing the Slavia ending. I think it's no. I also tried to do the Alisa one. I would like to try to go for Uliana one, because I haven't done it before. My Miku has the most mind-blowing ending too. I did the Miku ending. I don't want to tell any spoilers, but it was super what the fuck. It was a very what the fuck ending. It was a very what the fuck ending. We'll see if we get there. We have a lot to see in this game. We'll continue it next week. Yeah. So the thing I wanted to tell you. I will go to the ending screen for it. So, do you remember we have the Mew review soon? We have the Mew review with Poco on Friday, the 14th, July 14th. Please, I encourage you to participate, to submit your memes, to make memes, or just share your favorite memes that you want Poco and me to review. We will be doing it on my channel. You still have some time to participate. You just have to upload your meme to Twitter, the hashtag meme for Poco Riro. Okay? It will be very nice if you participated. It will be very nice if we had a lot to see during this trip. Yeah, I think it will be very fun. I'm very excited for that one. Okay, so see you in a couple of hours.